knock on wood, I still haven't run into her. So I don't need any of that. It's like I don't. It just hurts that the piece had to be broken off because it's a piece broken off. But it's like, all right, whatever.
You regenerate. Like Iron Man.
Wrong person. Wolverine.
Okay, like Wolverine. E for effort, Jen. Bed. Love.
Bed. Love.
Beyond. Bed, love, beyond. Bed, love, beyond.
Hey, what is going on? Welcome to Bed Love Beyond, the podcast for the hopeful and the hater in us to discuss sex, love, and whatever's clever with like-minded people like you who are also in limbo with love.
Like us.
I'm Martini.
I'm Michelle Rodriguez.
Okay.
I don't know, so I can come up with it off my head.
That's a new one. And today's episode is episode 119, Letting Go and Moving On. Oh no, I don't have it. My stuff.
Oh wait, you're not prepared?
No, here it is. Yeah. If you have a topic you want us to explore or have any questions you want to ask, you can write to us at bedlovebeyond@gmail.com or text us at 201-862-8BED. That is 201-862-8233. Okay. Yeah, episode 119. Okay.
119 episodes. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, so on the heels of that momentous episode 118 last week, been hearing good things about it from people, from people who listen, who can get at me directly,
Really?
they thought it was cool that that happened. I really I didn't see anything really on the social media stuff. But yeah, people thought it was really cool, to be vulnerable and all that stuff. And,
it is. It's
and to
definitely
have people,
a good thing to do.
Yeah, and have people, discuss your stuff,
Air your laundry.
Yeah, air your laundry, whatever. I had a, if Drake can do it, I can do it too. So.
Did you hear that Drake's son's middle name?
Yes.
That's so cool.
If it's true, I don't know if it's true.
I googled it and I just keep finding the memes that like the son's middle name is My Bed.
Yeah.
Which means like the chosen one.
Oh, okay.
And then his song is I Only Love My Bed and My Mama, I'm Sorry. I was like, yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So
I was like, oh, he's so smart.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Some people were like, oh, Drake's album's trash, but I haven't really listened yet. So
I haven't gotten it yet. I'm gonna get it.
I like God's Plan though. Every time it comes on, I get like all amped. Like,
you move?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't gotten it yet. I will though, because I like a big.
And I like the one with Lauren, or the Lauren sample.
Nice for what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you don't even like it for the female empowerment, just the the Lauren sample.
There's female empowerment in it.
Yes.
No, I actually posted this.
Have you seen the video? You should watch the video.
No.
It's cool.
Oh yes, I did. I think it's got like all the like new female.
I don't know about new, but.
Well, yeah, it's got like
I mean,
the chick from Blackish, and I think Issa Rae's in it and stuff like that.
Oh, I was like.
I don't know, maybe Issa Rae's not in it.
I was almost racist. I was like, that's the same person, but it's not.
It's not, no.
No, it's Yara Yashidi and Issa Rae's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they have Olivia Wilde. She's not new.
Oh, new to you. No, I'm just kidding. New to those that don't know her.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I did see that video. I did see it. I actually didn't realize it was that song because I was probably like, oh, look, all my favorite people on one video.
No, but it's pretty much saying, why do girls need to be nice? Automatically, nice for what? I don't need to pander to you because of society and all that stuff. So.
Oh, he's so conscious.
He's woke.
He's woke.
Not really.
I heard it was like some comedian or something.
What happened.
Like, what happened?
Him having a child.
What's wrong with that?
No, I mean, that was not planned. Stop it.
God's plan.
Apparently.
God's plan.
Yeah, right? I guess.
Yeah, I don't
Come on,
know.
man. Wear a condom, bro. But yeah. What?
I saw something today that said,
He's airing out his
I think
stuff.
it was Janika who posted it. May
Mhm.
not have been. It might have been somebody else. Somebody posted this thing like, "Don't let those sundresses cost you like 163 grand in child support."
Oh, yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Yo, those sundresses, man. It's sundress season.
Some people did comment back on some of the things that I posted, and I wanted to like mention them, but you can go to social media and Facebook to have the discussions. I put up a meme. I put up one meme about, it was like a picture of this woman talking to a guy, and it was like, if you could tell me why you went out with a female who you barely know for drinks alone, then then we good. And like everyone, like actually Sam came up with like a pretty interesting thing. It's like, oh well, maybe it's a mother-in-law to be, like maybe he wants to get to know her better. That's why he would go out with a woman who he barely knows for drinks. But it's basically like if you were in a relationship and a man's like, oh, I went out with this chick for drinks. And
Why
you
would
don't
he
know, why would you?
Why would he put himself in that
Yeah.
scenario if he's already in a relationship?
Right. If you're in a relationship, like why do you put? And then like Noble Casalupis weighed in. Of course,
It could be a coworker.
You don't go out with a coworker for drinks if you have a female, if you have a girlfriend that you don't know.
Oh,
Why?
that you didn't know. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
that you barely know.
Okay. I missed that. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a chick. I was
There
just
are like Noble Casalupis was saying like, oh, like maybe if like it's a business venture.
Wait, but why wouldn't you know her if it's the mother-in-law?
I guess like if you're getting, let's say you and I were getting married and I didn't know your mom, and I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna take her out for drinks.
Yeah, but how long have we freaking gone out that I haven't met your mom?
No, like you know her, but you don't know her.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Sam said that. Ask Sam.
Sam?
Sam, tell him why.
Please tell me why.
I got it.
Because you got me effed up right now.
I understood. Maybe you want to get to know her better.
Okay,
Maybe,
no, that
maybe
makes sense.
like in Sam's situation before, she lived in a different country.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, congratulations to Sam and her boyfriend, by the way. They got new digs together. I didn't see the place, but
Sorry, what? They got what?
they got new digs. They got a new house.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what you think I said. But
Say it again.
digs.
Thank you
Dicks?
for enunciating.
Oh, I'm from Jersey. We don't do that.
Like, Sam and her boyfriend got new dicks. I was like, new dildos? I was like, all right, Sam. Go ahead, girl.
They got a new place together. They're
Oh,
cohabitating
that's awesome.
now.
No, that's great. That's good. That's good.
I don't
Yeah.
know if that's public knowledge, but it is now. Sorry, Sam.
No, but that's good because, it was like, what, hour and a half? 2 hours?
Yeah, something like that, right?
I think,
no more
I
long
think so.
distance dick.
That's great. There's that word again.
That time I said dick.
No, that's great. That's good. I'm glad. Not to say that anybody was like pussyfooting, but
No.
that's great that
Yeah, moving forward.
that they got together. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Way to go, Sam.
Yay.
But anyway, so if Drake can do it, I can do it too. So yeah, it's just that I haven't come out with an album.
God's plan.
Mm.
God's plan. I feel like doing the dance. Ding, ding, ding,
Does it dance
ding,
to it?
ding.
Does a God's plan dance?
In my head there is.
Wow.
I have a Where the Girls At. You know where my girl's at?
From the front to back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you feeling that?
Put one hand up.
Can
you
you
repeat
repeat
that? Okay.
I have a dance to that I made up in college.
Oh, okay.
A few of my friends know it. They know who they are.
All right. So by the time you listen to this, it will be on Instagram stories.
No,
She
I'm not doing it.
She will do the
No.
dance. So you can't say stuff like that and not.
No, like the
Do
joke
it.
was like, oh, when you get married, we'll all do it at your wedding. But like that's not happening. So like, I'm not having a wedding or getting married. Well, I'll probably get married, but
All
I'm
right.
probably not
Thank
having
you.
a wedding.
All right. I was about
Probably
to
just not having a wedding.
Oh,
Um,
freaking. I don't know. I wouldn't put violence to you, but I don't know. I'll hit you with a pillow. For saying that kind of stuff.
on a happy note, I was kind of on another podcast this weekend. Not really. My
Okay.
story was.
Ooh, do tell.
So I told the story before. I don't know if I told it on the podcast or not. Probably not. It's about this kid in high school who I really liked.
Sam will let us know.
I actually be like, no, you never told me.
Trust me, I know.
I don't think she's not part of England.
What? What part of England?
That
the one
talks
that
like
the one
that.
that don't have an accent.
No, that talks like that.
Oh, the Queen's English.
Yeah, they don't talk.
Well,
like
she
that.
doesn't have a Cockney accent either.
I don't know.
Hello, governor. Righto.
I don't know. Anywho, Sorry, Sam. I really don't know what part on your tongue. This is the episode of someone.
No,
isn't it
like Breckenshire? I totally made that up.
Aren't you from Staten Island?
I don't know.
So there's this podcast called "Let's Not Meet," a true horror story podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Let's Not Meet is also on Podbean. Hey, Podbean.
Bean. Thank you.
Podbean. So if you're listening to us on Podbean, look up Let's Not Meet. The host is Andrew Tate, and he has like a Reddit page and I guess a Facebook page where people like post their like true but creepy stories that had happened to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I posted my story about
pertaining to anything.
To anything. Like one story was like really crazy about like some guy who went to the movies with his girlfriend, and like they sat like in their prime seats where they sit in the movie theater, like towards the front or whatever, in the middle.
Yeah.
And like this like weird couple came and sat down next to them, and like he was like, oh, maybe they just wanted to like sit like because these are the good seats, you know. And he said they kept looking over, and eventually like they got creeped out and they left the movies, and then they were following them. It's just like crazy stories.
Wait, what? The people who sat second started following the people who left?
Yeah.
Whoa.
And like he's like, at first they came out to the parking lot, and like he's like, oh, I figured, okay, maybe that's where they're going because that's where everybody parks, you know. He's like, but then they started following us down the street. He's like, I don't know if they were just trying to like be creepy,
yeah,
or like if they, you know, we were gonna get kidnapped or something.
Wow.
So I had my story that I told that happened to me in college. I'm not gonna tell it here. You want to hear it? Go to Let's Not Meet. And
we're not affiliated, by the way. We just like to share.
Right, just like I tell you guys
that we listen to.
Yeah, like Martini always talks about guys we fucked, and I listen to Bunny Ears, and now I started listening to Let's Not Meet.
Side note, before you continue, this is a old episode, but maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, they had an episode called the breakup episode. Oh my god, it was so good because they both broke up with their boyfriends, not at the same time, but in like a month within each other.
At the pact.
One of them, Christina. She was with her man for 7 years.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and the other one, Corinne Fisher. Corinne. She's bad. I'm sorry, man. Sorry, I saw her in person. So, and I took pictures with them, and she broke up with her man. Like, I think they were together like a year and a half. Which like isn't really that bad, but. The funny thing is, she had a previous boyfriend who she went out with 10 years, and that's how she started the podcast. She was with him for 10 years, and she broke up with he broke with the famous story is he broke up with her at a Panera Bread.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah. So like she always like brings that up like
she
a callback.
Panera Bread.
No, I think she's good with it now. But anyway, but that episode, it was like an hour-long episode of them just bawling out and crying and saying why they broke up with, you know, their respective boyfriends.
They broke
and all
up with
stuff.
them?
I think Christina, the 7-year one, was mutual. Well, I think both of them were mutual because of something. I don't know. But anyway, it was a really,
Good
really
material.
great episode dealing with just personal struggles, and you guys want to be together, but you guys just can't because you guys are too symbiotic with each other. You guys need to, you know, break away and become your own person. Really, really good. So I suggest, so Guys We Fucked, that's the podcast, and it's called the breakup episode. Really good. I was listening to it while I was at work. That was awesome.
I'm gonna check it out.
Okay. That's the episode you want to check out now?
I mean, I'll check it out anyway, but I mean, I like.
Yeah, but yeah, it's
I like
really
other
good.
people's heartbreak now. I like
Bunny Ears.
I do like Bunny Ears.
oh,
I do like but I like listening to other people's stories. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, no, it was really good. And if you do listen to them, tell them that we brought you there.
Yes,
That'd be awesome. So like, Bella Biana brought me to your podcast. They're awesome.
So my podcast that I was on this weekend is called Let's Not Meet, a true horror podcast. Andrew Tate is the host, and basically he reads all the stories. And if you love Martini and I speaking voice, you will love his speaking voice because it's like perfect for like campfire stories.
Mm-hmm.
He like has that voice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, he's playing. Sorry. If you heard that, you know what I'm talking about. And it's episode 52 that I'm on. Well, I'm not on it, but my story is. It's a story about Mark.
Mhm.
So you can check that out, and it's really cool. And I was excited. I was like, "Yeah, I'm on a podcast." I was like, "Oh wait, I do it every week."
Nah, but it's cool that
Yeah,
other
it's
people
cool that
are.
like other people. I told him I was like, "I'm sharing on my podcast." Hint, hint.
So what's going on, Andrew Tate? Andrew Tate, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That's cool.
yes, go listen to that. Go listen to Bunny Ears. Bunny Ears is like getting a little like unscripted and crazy, but it's always a good time. They just kind of like do what they want. They had a whole episode where the guy's dog died,
Oh wow.
and like he was like really heartbroken over it. So they all like had his friends over one night and got drunk and did a podcast.
Oh no.
And everyone was like, "I love you, man." I was just like, "Oh, okay." Just when we think we have a rough day,
Yeah.
you know.
But well, I don't know. I guess I'm being stereotypical, but it sucks that we have to get that inebriated to share our feelings with each other.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You know. So, but I don't know. Maybe they do that all the time.
I don't know.
You know, just like, yo, what's up, man? Yo, just wanted you to know I love you. You know what I'm saying?
On another note,
That's cool.
Since we're daily dishing it out right now,
Daily dish.
I called the Bergen County Domestic Violence Department today,
Okay.
and I asked them if I had to do anything about my restraining order situation since the person is now deceased.
If you didn't hear that story, it was on the last episode, right?
Yeah,
It was on the last episode.
restraining order boy is no longer with us.
Yes.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
And they were like, "Do you want to come down and drop it?" I'm like, "Well, that's stupid." Like,
Nah, but you know, it's a formality.
yeah, I'm just like, no, I don't have time for that. Like, what's the point of dropping it now?
So what? So like
It just stays. It just stays out in the atmosphere.
So it's still
Valid.
valid.
So if his ghost comes to knocking,
Don't come a rockin'?
I don't know. They'll send
That's
me.
crazy.
They'll send me to a mental institute.
So I guess you can't go to the grave. You can't go to the wake. You can't go to the funeral. If it's still binding.
Well, they're having a celebration of life for him this weekend, and my mom wants to go.
Okay.
I don't know if I should go or not.
You can't. It's binding.
He won't be there.
Oh, okay. No. Yeah,
You're like, no.
No. It's not good for anybody.
I don't know. It might be like closure for me. What do you mean? Why are you looking at me like that?
We're gonna get to that, but closure. But no, because you don't know the level of his mom's
That's why I
hatred for you.
kind of wanted my mom to like break the ice.
Or you mean break the fight between y'all? That might
She ain't
go
gonna come at
down.
me.
How you know? Her son is dead.
Carol
She-
don't want this.
She
I didn't kill him.
No, I know that, but you don't know what state she's in. Like,
Trust me,
her
she's not.
son is
she's
dead.
not in a state of disbelief. She's in a state of like, I knew this shit was gonna happen.
Yeah, but you know,
Unfortunately.
but still, but she could blame you. She'd be like, if you just stayed with him,
Yeah, but
this
he
never
was,
would
he
have
had
happened.
He had like 3 girlfriends after me.
No, but if you stayed with him, I'm not saying this is true, but I'm saying, you know, like she could be like, if you just stayed with him and been married, like none of this would have happened. You know?
I haven't made a final decision yet. I'm gonna go speak to my therapist about it.
If you go,
I don't know.
are you gonna bring your boyfriend?
He'll be working. And I don't need his backup, and I don't want to like drag him into my mess. I just want to unpack it. You know what I mean? And pack it up and sail it away.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't even know if I'm definitely going. My mom's going, so maybe I can just like take notes on her experience. I don't know. If it's hot again on Saturday, I'm not going anywhere.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't see any. Well, I think it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't.
That's what I call closure.
The closure's already done.
Hashtag friends.
Closure's already done. It's been done since the court case. It's been done.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
The door doesn't need to be closed for it to be closure.
oh, what? What are you reading?
I'm just saying, you're talking about closure. It's done. So
No,
why do you
it
need
is done,
why do you
but
need closure
it is
when it's done?
But like, it doesn't matter if somebody I knew passed away. Like, I'd want to like pay respects properly.
All right, you could do that anywhere.
I'm go outside and meditate and pray on it.
You could do that because
Richard, you seem very frustrated that I want to do this.
no. Well, for one, the restraining order is binding. So
What are you gonna call the cops on me?
I might just to prove my point that you shouldn't be here.
I don't think his ashes or
No,
body counts.
but what? No, but what I'm saying, you don't know that. Did you read the fine print?
I don't know.
But no, all I'm saying
We can get in trouble for joking about this.
is that what's going? Yeah, you're right. But
He's fuck it.
no, I'm just saying that I don't know. I think the mom could be really pissed off at you, and I know you want it to be like storybook movie thing at the end
No.
where she's there and then she's like, "Oh, Jennifer, I'm so
No,
glad
I really
you
don't
came."
care if she says anything to
And
me.
then you guys hug, and then
no,
you
I really don't
share a tear
care.
between each other,
Don't even think I'd cry.
and then she gives you a picture, like a what is it? Not 8x10, but like one of those wallet-sized pictures, and then she's like, He always wanted me to give this to you, and like it's a secret note that you never saw in the back, and like, what? He wrote this to me? Yeah, he wrote it to you after the court case,
no,
and blah blah
Martini,
blah.
It's really not that deep.
I mean, hey, you never know.
This isn't like some fantasy. This is like just like I knew him. I cared about him. He got crazy. I had to let go, and I did the mature adult thing as opposed to.
You got a restraining order?
Well,
no,
that was the mature adult thing from Mississippi.
No, I know.
And then, and then that's it. But I've known him my whole life.
No. I feel you. I understand. It's just that I just don't want something bad to happen. That's all. I don't want no unnecessary like, fuck you bitch.
Then I get in my car and I leave.
Okay, that's true. And then
Truthfully.
and then your mom pulls out the shotty. Yeah.
I don't think she's coming strapped.
Or she says sick 'em, and then like her legion of dogs come and like attacks.
She's not the chick from Game of Thrones with the dragon.
But your mom is the dog whisperer, is she not? All right then. I made my case.
I won't be going anywhere this weekend.
All right. Good.
If I do, I'm not telling Martine.
All right.
What's new with you, Martini?
What's new with me? A lot of stuff. And this is definitely gonna go with the podcast because the theme of the podcast because we're in July. This July is probably gonna be the greatest July since I broke up with my girl.
Oh.
My ex-fiance. Whoa.
Oh.
So yeah.
Big things are going.
Yeah. So yeah. So yeah. So
It's just the first time I've ever heard positivity come out of your mouth, and it makes me feel so warm and gooey inside.
why is that?
Because you're always like, life sucks. Me, 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 me.
I mean, it does. I mean, I can't.
Yeah, but you just said something positive. Don't ruin it now. Shut up.
I'm not. No, it's gonna get ruined because of the subject matter. But no. That's not true.
Keep going. Okay.
Yo.
Let's just stick with it's the greatest July since,
Yeah.
you lost your baggage.
Yeah. Lost my. Wow. Well, no, we broke up in November, but I'm just saying, like, this has been like the best July since then.
Okay.
Oh, that's why I said that.
Why?
No, because I remember proposing in July. That's why. But yeah. So July. So first things first.
Independence Day.
Sure.
Like I give zero fucks.
That's fine. By the time you hear this, a lot of two good things would have happened already. So I will be going to the city to do my official voiceover demo.
Yeah.
Gonna be doing that, and then
The one I know about or a different one?
different one.
Big things are going for real.
This was the one that was happening
Anyway.
Yeah. This was
On the horizon. Right?
yeah, this was already in the making for months now. But then there's another audition that I'm going to, which you know about because you presented it to me.
Mm-hmm.
So
Kathy.
Well, yeah, right, yes.
Kathy presented it to you.
Well, no,
just a
she
messenger.
she gave me the opportunity and you presented it to me.
Right.
So I want to thank you guys both on record. Thank you, Jennifer, and thank you, Kathy Onley. I forget what episode she's on, but just look at her name. Freaking musical journalist, and cool friend too. So thank you for that. Yeah. So that's gonna be those two things are gonna be
Whoop, whoop,
pretty
whoop, whoop.
cool. But yeah. So, damn, I was gonna say something about that. It's because like we had like a little tiff. Not really, but
Who, you and I?
yeah, no, because
Oh.
about the thing. Because at first, so Jennifer presented this opportunity to me, and this was on the heels of a couple days after we filmed the podcast, and I was
Record
just like, I'm sorry.
Record it.
Yeah, recorded the podcast, and I was just mad because it takes, for me, it takes a lot of strength to share things with people, because I don't share things with anybody, and when I do, it's kind of sacred. So when information came back to me via third party and said, "Hey, I can help you out and do this and do that," I'm like, whoa, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Not so much to say like, why are you telling my business to everybody, but just like, whoa, I wasn't
It
even.
was gonna air in 24 hours.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, I don't get that back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get that back on the podcast from people from the podcast.
When you put it out there, though.
Yeah, I know, but
USA.
all right, easy. So it's just like, I don't like it just felt weird that information was coming back to me. And also too, because I was talking to a friend about this, it's more so that the another reason why I didn't like that was because for me, with my insecurity,
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that whatever I do,
Mm-hmm.
it comes from me, and I want when it goes out. How do I explain this? Like, when I present something to somebody, I want it to be like, damn, like I earned it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I felt with this audition that was presented to me, I felt that I didn't earn that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I felt that the opportunity to showcase myself was taken away.
Well, like I explained to you before, and just for podcast purposes, for
Yeah.
repeating myself, it's an audition. It's not like a job. You know what I mean?
No, I know
Let me
that.
finish. I'm not done yet.
Okay.
It's an audition, and like what I tried to explain to Martini, which I'll now explain to all of you, is that the industry that you like to go into, or that we're in here doing this, even though we've pretty much done this for a labor of love at this point, you know, it's a very, well, I mean, you did it for resume purposes,
Right.
but like, it's very like who you know.
Yeah.
Because I think we have a great podcast, but I think we just don't know enough people to be where we should be, or where we like we're possibly where I think we deserve to be.
Yeah.
know what I
People
mean?
love our podcast.
Right.
They really do.
But
When they really listen to it, they're like, "Oh shit, I didn't know that this was good."
right. That's usually the feedback we get. It's just
Mhm.
that we don't know enough people, and we haven't necessarily marketed ourselves properly, possibly, to get where we need to be. And I know that you have talent. Like, the conversation about you doing voiceovers came up like years ago. Remember I said when we were at Comic-Con?
Yeah, but also with me, I tried voiceover stuff 20 years ago. Well,
Okay.
18 years ago. let's not get too old. But so I always knew that I wanted to do that. It's just that just life got in the way.
Right.
So with this year, like in January, I told myself, no, I need to really
Mm-hmm.
buckle down and do this, which is why I would get angry with you and Randy saying that, you know,
Damn, Randy, you heard that?
that like, oh, you're not hustling, blah blah blah, when I made my decision months ago that I was gonna do this and procured many things to go and do that.
Mhm.
So, but I didn't want to necessarily stop you guys, because I did want you guys to tell your side of things
Mhm.
while I listened, and also to share the experience with people, because I know a lot of people will resonate with
Right.
everything that we're speaking about. But again, I keep cutting.
But
you off.
yes, so you do.
All right.
But yeah, it's an audition. So,
Yeah.
you know, somebody happened to mention her. This is I got going on. And she said, oh, shit, I know somebody.
Mhm,
She said, hey, would Martini be interested? And I was like, let me ask him.
mhm.
Boom. Because a lot of it is like who you know. Like, you know, like
Yeah.
the same thing Kathy said. Kathy used to like write like, articles for like underground rappers and stuff, and like now she's like meeting with like big time people.
Yeah.
But like it's kind of she had to like build her way up and whatever the case may be. So it really is who you know, and you're not doing like an audition for Jay-Z. We don't know this guy.
Right.
He seems cool.
Right.
Like I heard he's cool people and he's got like some ins and stuff like that. But like I said, you might go there and you might not fit the project that he needs, but he might know like something down the line. Her boy will come to him and be like, "Yo, I need somebody for this thing. You know anybody?" And he'll be like, "Yo, this dude Martini would be great for that.
Right.
He wasn't good for my project, but he'd be good for your project." So it's really just an audition, and you're getting your name and your talent out there.
Yeah.
Too bad they don't have those kiosks anymore in the mall where you can make little business cards.
That's fine. I could make business cards. But also, side note, because you just reminded me. Speaking of projects, if you don't know who we're talking about with Kathy Onley, you can check her out. She's on the latest episode of Open Late with Peter Rosenberg on Complex, the YouTube. And also, she was on 2 episodes. One about online dating. Okay, Stupid. I forgot which episode that is. And the other one with Salagami, where we talked about her favorite show, Sex and the City.
Yes.
So that was episode 88, I believe, around there.
Damn, you're good.
But the original one, I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I don't remember that one.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Her first one, yeah, it was a long time ago. Episode 12.
Oh my god.
There you go. I think it was episode 12. So episode 12, episode 88, and Late Night with Peter Rosenberg on Complex YouTube, so you can actually see her.
And she's at Cat 3000.
Yes, Kath 3000. KATH 3000. Yeah.
On IG.
So you can holler at her. Yeah.
Anyways.
Yep. Yeah. So so big things.
So that's good. Those are good. I'm really happy about your daily dish today.
Yeah, and that's
Okay.
No, I'm just saying. No,
Moving on.
No, it's like I am, excited. I mean, there's other things going on too, but I mean, I am excited, but I also want to temper myself because I've been in this position before. You know what I mean? So I don't want to get too excited because I know you guys
Can you do
like
me a
to
favor?
say what
For the next week, when is the first time you have to go to the city?
tomorrow.
Okay. So tonight, I want you to write down 10 positive I am statements. 10.
Okay.
In your little journal.
All right.
I am awesome. I am talented. I am tall.
I'll do that. That's a talent. No, but the thing is, I know
I would be like,
I'll do it, but I know those things about myself. I'm just saying.
No, I need you to believe them walking in there. I know that you know them. I need you to believe them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't me. I need you to believe them.
No, but what I'm trying to say is.
No one cares what you're trying to say.
What? Then I'm out. No.
What are you trying to say, Martini?
What I'm trying to say
Can't
is.
you just say yes, thank you?
No, not F that. No, because I'm expressive. That's why. There's no yes
All right,
or no.
Erykah Badu.
There's no yes or no with me. I'm an opinionated person. Okay.
I'm sensitive about my shit.
So damn right. But anyway, I know everybody likes to call me Negative Nancy or whatever. My sister calls me Eeyore, which is true.
I gotta meet her.
So it's like, no, but I used to be. Well, not used to be. I shouldn't say that. I used to be super positive all the time until reality hit me in the face many times. You know what I'm saying? So I like to temper myself. You know.
Let me get my violin.
I didn't say that I cry and shit like that, but I'm just saying, like, I temper myself. So I'm like, okay, cool. These things are happening, but I don't, and that's another thing why I don't like to say these things too, because I like to make things official. So let's say if I got you wouldn't even known about the audition, unless I got it. Mm-hmm. Because what's the point of telling you if I lost it? So
I would know you were trying.
What?
Because I know you. I would know that you were trying.
But why do you specifically need to know that I'm trying?
I guess it ain't none of my goddamn business.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. Yeah. So again, it takes it really. You know what it feels? I don't know.
It takes a village.
No, what?
I'm just filling in catchphrases.
I know, no, but it takes a lot of strength.
It takes two to make a thing go right.
Wow. it takes a lot of strength for me to share shit, you know. So
Well, I'm very proud of you, and I think you
So-
held. I think you were actually really responsive and not too defensive.
Oh no, I got shit on my phone that we about to go into.
Oh damn!
about
You want to pop that soda?
about last week. Nah, just some like corrections and stuff like that, and also revelations about yourself that I don't think you know about, which will
About me?
yeah, that we'll talk
Who?
about in the what?
Who had revelations?
What? Who you know what I'm talking about?
Deuteronomy. What is this?
What?
Revelations and Deuteronomy? What are we talking about?
No, just stuff that I don't think you have realized about yourself until maybe I present them to you.
All right.
So
Somehow this has become about me today.
no, it's about both of us.
Let's go.
It's definitely about both of us. Trust me. This is kind
Exhibit A.
no, this is kind of like a part 2 of
Yesterday. Last week.
last week.
I don't know what day it is.
I don't know what is going on yesterday.
I was melting.
So should I save the big news until the end? The bigger news.
Sure.
Okay. So we're gonna get into the podcast. So episode 119, letting go and moving on. So pretty much there's 2 aspects: moving on because it's toxic for you to stay in your situation, and 2, you're being toxic to yourself and you need to move on.
Mm.
Whoa. You wanna explain what that Rick Ross was?
I don't think Rick Ross does it. It's more of a biggie.
Rick Ross does his thing.
I don't listen to Rick Ross.
Oh wow. Yeah. What was that about? You wanna explain yourself?
Being toxic to yourself
Mm-hmm.
just reminds me of someone sitting in this room.
Your dog?
Bob Marley.
Yeah. So
Remember he was talking about mental slavery?
Bob Marley?
Yeah.
Was he?
Redemption song?
Oh, okay.
Gotta read into the lyrics, Danny.
All right. I'm sorry. I know he's your favorite artist.
Alright, go on.
No, but we're definitely gonna talk about those 2 aspects, definitely. And to quote to quote 2 things, because one, I don't know why you were hating on me quoting Sylvester McNutt when like 2 days later you quote him yourself, and you're like, preach, you know. I'm like,
What did I quote him in?
I thought you just hated this dude, you know.
I didn't hate him. I just hate you using him as your outlet.
He speaks to me. I don't understand.
Personally on the phone?
No doubt. I got him on the jack. No, but
I
like
got him on the jack. The magic jack?
no, but his quotes are great. Like I don't
What does he
understand.
look like?
You've never seen him before?
No. Is he white or black?
He's
Not that
black.
it matters.
Apparently to you it does.
I like knowing people's demographic.
Hold on. You've never I thought you've seen him before.
Is he
I guess. You probably would have thought he was hot before.
Before what? Was there an accident?
No. He cut off his dreads.
Oh, man. That's an accident.
Whoa, geez, Sylvester McNutt.
Actually,
I hope
no.
you're not listening to this.
Not every guy should have dreads. I've seen some pretty bad ones out there.
I'm trying to see if I can get a really good.
You keep reading. I'll look them up.
No, I have him right here. I'm just trying to see.
He's in my digital.
That's not a very good picture, right?
Not really.
Good. Scroll. Don't look at the naked pictures though.
Of him?
No, of what's on my phone.
He's got a lot of books. Oh, he's meditating.
Yeah, he has like 4 or 5 books.
Your anxiety is rooted in fear. No shit, Sylvester. You don't need a degree for that.
All right, calm down, man.
He's
Jeez.
got a great smile. Oh, no, it doesn't.
Whoa.
Not there. No, not my type. Not even with the dreads.
Oh, you see him? Oh, you went back that far to see
He's
the
got
dreads?
a 5 head.
Oh,
Sorry.
dag. You see him with the dreads?
A person who feels appreciated and wanted will always give 10 times more than a person who doesn't. These are like basic. We know this stuff. Psychology 101.
No, you need to calm down. Why are you hating on him for? Jeez. Anyway,
Sylvester McNutt. Good.
Jeez. So, what you were saying about the closure thing, so he has a quote saying, "Closure is not going back to the toxic environment that made you sick. Closure is staying away from it, regardless of how bad it keeps trying to bring you back." So it was funny where you're like, "Oh, I need to go. Celebration of life." I'm like, "No, you don't. For closure,
I
for
didn't say I
closure."
need to go.
I was
I
like,
just don't know if I
"No,
should
it's
or
not for closure, man. It's like it's a wrap. It's done. You know, you don't have to go. I understand why you want to go, but I think it's gonna be bad." But anyway, so I have this article, and then we'll get into some stuff. Oh, by the way, I don't want to forget. Did you still want to get at me and read those 10-year-old emails that you were about to ether me with last week?
Nah.
Oh, so you're gonna leave that at a later date? Be like,
Nah.
I got you.
I think we said enough.
Okay.
And it just like showcased your bitterness. Damn.
No, I mean, I'm not gonna lie about that. I don't need to. Yes, I'm a bitter soul. But anyway, so this is called this article is from thoughtcatalog.com, and it's called "The Ugly Truth Behind Why It's So Hard to Let Go of Toxic Relationships." So it goes, "I wasn't a stupid girl. I knew the game he was playing, and I learned it so well I could predict every move. The coming, the going, the snide comments, and the games I almost enjoyed in their own sick way. He thought he was being coy, dropping some line that pissed me off but kept me looking at my phone. But then I throw something clever remark back his way. It felt like, in a way, we'd go tit for tat of who could hurt each other more. 'This is over,' read a text across my screen. You can't end something that never even started. And everyone seemed to wonder why I couldn't let him go. Why I couldn't just walk away. And I stood outside a bar with my best friend as we had the same conversation yet again. Why are you letting him do this to you? Everyone seemed to ask that same question. How could you love someone like him? They'd look at me with sympathetic eyes full of sorrow, thinking that monster was somehow to find love, knowing well I deserved much more. Toxic relationships aren't just relationships with someone who is bad for you. Toxic relationships are the horrible relationship you have with yourself in which you think you deserve this. You think you can't do better than someone's half-hearted love. But there was something about him, kind of like an addiction I couldn't kick in away. I couldn't bring myself to not answer every time he called. I couldn't bring myself to say no every time he said he'd meet me here. I needed that temporary fix. It was small enough hit to leave me numb. What I didn't see, though, was how much this had been affecting me. How one single relationship wasn't just changing me, but changing the relationships I had with other people. I began to expect mistreatment. I began to anticipate the worst of people. I became so numb and distant, no one was even getting close to me. Then the moment someone would try to, I'd run the other way, right back into the arms of the person that made me that way. But that's why people stay. They believe that's why people stay. They believe in who someone is at their best and dismiss who they are at their worst. They think it's worth it. But most of all, people stay in these horrible relationships because they want to be the one that changes them. But you can't change people. You can only love them. And you can love someone hard, but not hard enough to get them to love you back the way you deserve. Yeah. So, when I read this, I thought about you and our favorite person, Brooklyn, and also about the well, first, do you feel that I'm right in my assessment or no?
About Brooklyn?
That this reminded me of him.
I guess because he wasn't good for me.
Yeah, but like, did you feel that you couldn't get away? Because I remember last week you were just like, oh, I didn't know what was up in my head. You know, I just, you know, I couldn't get out under my own volition.
Yeah, I guess I just like didn't really want to though either. You know what I mean? Like I kept thinking it was gonna get better. Like there was no possible way. Like ooh, sorry, my mic's being crazy. There is no possible way that like I experienced all this cool stuff and like felt all these warm gushy feelings and that they weren't reciprocated.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no way that that is possible.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no way that we had like these like magical moments that we did and then they just kind of went away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they didn't, damn it, they didn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know how that was possible.
Right.
I kept thinking like it's him. Like he must have forgot. Like, and if he can just feel what he felt that day, then this will all go away. His like negative, crappy attitude.
Right.
Because some days he'd be fine. You know, he'd be like, "Oh, let's do this, and this together," and like we were like living this like happy-go-lucky relationship.
Yeah.
And then he'd be like, "Oh, wait, I want to go to Brooklyn and not be here anymore."
Mm-hmm.
Like, why? But we're having so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was funny because I think we were talking about that meme, the one that I told you about that Noble commented on, about going to the bar and meeting someone that you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling April of a time when Brooklyn had gone out. He was supposed to go to a Christmas party, and the Christmas party was canceled because of the snow. So he just went to a local bar in Hoboken and had a couple drinks. So when I called him, he was like, "Oh, I'm actually coming home early. Can you pick me up at the train?" The Christmas party was canceled. And I was like, "Damn, well, what were you doing there for so long?" He's like, "Oh, I just went to a bar. I had a couple drinks." And I was like, "Oh, so what, did you get some numbers?" He's like, "No, but I gave mine out." And I was like, "Wait, are you kidding?"
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "No." He's like, "I was talking to the girl. She was mad cool." He's like, "So I gave her my number." And I was like, "What?"
Right.
And like April was like, "Yo, for the life of me, like you tried to justify it, like why it was okay, like because he was being honest with you." She's like, and I was just like, "All right, Jen, like whatever." And I was like, "You were so nice, April." Because I feel like now that we've known each other longer, she'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah, she definitely would have.
But yeah, like
When-
I totally tried to justify it. April was like, "If I ever go to court for anything," she's like, "I knew I was calling you because you made it seem like it was okay for some reason." So I was like, "Yeah, I don't know really what I was thinking." Because like now, if my boyfriend came home and told me that, I'd be like, "Motherfucker," I'd probably do some like waiting to exhale shit.
Oh no.
Throw his shit out on the lawn. It would catch on fire anyway. It's fucking blazing out there. So,
Right.
but yeah, but I think, I don't know. It took me a while to get out of that. I think my last two boyfriends were my only real decent boyfriends.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sorry, present company excluded.
Right. No, but you said, well, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
No, I mean like that long-term relationships.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I just kind of get caught up in these like situations where, you know, I was kind of like, "Oh, he'll get better." And I was like, "Nope." But it took me like a long time to realize that like I didn't really want somebody who was like needed to get better. I wanted somebody who was better. And if that meant that like I was sacrificing some of that like excitement, then so be it, because I didn't have it in me anymore to like chase after somebody.
Right.
So, yeah, I guess that's one point.
Okay. So would you say that you've let go and moved on?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, like I know who he is, but like he doesn't like register in my like. I know it happened, but he doesn't like register in my like. Oh, maybe if I was single again, I'd find him. Nothing like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, he's moved on. I've moved on. He may or may not be happy. He still seems miserable. Yay, God.
Yay, God. All right. No, because I have a serious question to ask you, but this is not to. This might seem like I'm attacking you,
Oh.
but I'm not.
Okay.
But because it's like I remember last week you said to, because Bridget was explaining something, and Bridget was saying that, oh yeah, it was with the two guys, Zoolander and the other guy.
Zoolander. I love his new name. Okay, Cupid. Oh, the poetry guy.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. That since she did all the work with her previous boyfriend,
Mm-hmm.
that she now wants the guy, whoever that may be, to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
And when she said that, you said under your breath, but the mic caught you. And you were like, let it go.
I will message a guy first only if I really, really, really liked his profile. But for the most part, I just kind of let them come to me, and it's not like a gender role kind of thing. It's just like who I am as a person. I don't know. I guess it's because my last relationship I had to do all the fucking work that, I've it's my turn to kick back and chill.
Like she has to let go of that
Yeah.
angst or whatever. So I want to know, and I'm glad that you said that you moved on, but to me, there seems not a contradiction, but there seems to be like I don't know, because
Here we go.
if you have moved on and let go, which you said you have,
Mm-hmm.
two things. One, why did you wild out when you found out about your friend in Brooklyn? That's one.
Girl code.
And two, why did you take so long to get rid of his number?
One, I wowed out. Like, one I found out, like, years ago before me and my current boyfriend were, like, very whatever we were.
Mm-hmm.
And during...
How long was it after you guys broke up? You and Brooklyn. The incident happened. Do you know?
Well, years, I think. I mean...
Okay.
It was years.
Okay.
But the fact of the matter was like, even though I've known the girl longer than, or around the same time that I knew Brooklyn.
Yes.
Like, they only knew each other because of me. And since she's, like, younger than I am,
Mm-hmm.
and has other stuff going on, like, I kind of felt like she didn't understand boundaries and she never did.
Mm-hmm.
And they always kind of had, like, some kind of weird relationship. Like, they got each other's, like, weird, crazy side.
Yeah.
And I got upset because one time she was dating somebody and like he sold me car insurance because he's a broker.
Okay.
So I still have his car insurance.
Yeah.
He was my agent, I guess.
Yeah.
But when she broke up with him, she was like, "You need to take him off your Facebook. You need to erase his number." I'm like, "He's my car salesman agent." Like, I'm like, "What the fuck?" Like, and I know he was an asshole to her, and I didn't really like him as a person. But like, I was just like, "All right, dude, calm down. Like, I'm not like that. Like, I'm not gonna contact him or tell him anything about you." Like, and she like literally wilded out about it.
Yeah.
Like, got pissed off at me and was like, "You're not my friend." I'm just like, "You're being ridiculous," but whatever, fine.
Yeah.
I'll fucking take him off. Because, if I felt that way, I guess I would, I don't know. I personally don't request my friends' boyfriends on Facebook unless, like, they're in a really deep relationship and that person, like, I've gone out with that person a bunch of times and now we're friendly too.
Right, yeah.
Like, I don't remember why I had April's boyfriend's phone number. I think, like, she was like, "Oh, call me here if you can't get me," or something.
Mm-hmm.
The one time I had to text him because I couldn't get a hold of April.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Who's this?" I was like, "Jen?" But, like, we had all gone out a couple weekends ago and, like, her phone died. So, like, he could text me on my phone, whatever. But, like, we've known each other now for years. They've been together for like 5 years or whatever. So like, yeah, we're friends on Facebook, and if I see something he's interested in, whatever, I'll tag him, whatever.
Yeah.
He tags me in pictures of my godson. We're now like a little unit.
Yeah.
Same thing with Nubia and Vision. Friends of both of them on Facebook.
Right.
Even though I was kind of friends with Vision first. We had that conversation yesterday. It was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Nubia wouldn't give him steak. So I gave it to him, and I was like, he was actually my friend before you, Nubia. I was like, sorry.
Jeez.
But I got
But
mad.
their relationship trumps yours now.
I know. Still my friend. And it's my house, and I was offering him steak.
Oh, okay. I thought you were over there. Okay.
No, they were here. They were here.
Mhm.
So, like, it's different. You know what I mean? Like, if, like, let's say you and Yoga Chick were still dating.
Yeah.
If you brought her over a couple times, then I might friend request her.
Right.
You know, if we hung out, we did something all together.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh my God, let's add each other on Facebook. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, as long as I've been dating my boyfriend, I'm only friends with one of his brothers, and that's because he came here and did the podcast,
Right.
and one of his friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
You know, all my friends have decided to add him, but that's up to them. And if, God forbid, we broke up, like, that's up to him and them what they want to do about that.
Yeah.
Unless he did something horrible, I'd be like, yo, just take him off. I don't want him on my business.
Yeah.
But, like, it's just girl code. It's this is basically like the basis of what April and I talk about all the time. It's like it's an unwritten girl code. It's like something that you shouldn't have to tell your friends.
Right. Don't touch my ex.
Right. Especially like everyone has that person that like just meant a lot to them in their life. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure if your brother like ran into your ex-fiance,
Yeah.
or even me for example,
Mm-hmm.
and was like, yo, I hooked up with this person, you'd be like, yo, dude, that's not cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yo, keep on 100. Full disclosure. I remember telling you that about that because like I kind of not that I thought that you would be attracted to him, but my crazy head, I didn't want you guys to meet because of that very thing.
I would never even think that though. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Like,
I'm not saying that you would do that, and I'm not saying that he would do that. I just, but the fact that you guys were in the same room, it happened. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
that.
right.
You know, like that's why I didn't want.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that it would have happened, but
no, like
I'm proving your point. That's what I'm saying.
But that's the thing. Like, it's just more of like this person meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
You knew how much this person meant to me.
Yeah.
I knew you were friends with him, and for you to think it's okay to do that and tell me like it's no big deal hurt my feelings.
Right. Yeah.
Because like, you know,
And to finish your point, I would kill my brother if he messed with my ex-fiance.
and to be honest with you,
I would literally kill him.
Right.
Like no, or any friend. You know,
it's
like,
just it's a code that you just
Yeah.
don't cross lines like that.
Yeah.
So it was more like a disrespect from that, and not like, oh, he was mine, whatever. But like, you know how much like he hurt me, and how much like at the time I felt like he was like the best thing in my life.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? You just don't do that.
Mhm.
And so that was the thing. And the reason why it took me so long to take his number out of my phone is because one, I'm lazy. I have to really go through my phone, and
Cause I remember you telling me this, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "You still have his number?"
I want to go through my phone one day and like take everything out. The only reason I took it out recently, or whenever we had that conversation,
It was a year
is because when I scroll through my phone, in the car, not because I have people who are my favorites. Like you're my favorites. You are.
Oh, thank you.
Because when I call you about the podcast, it's easier just to go.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
You are my favorite, though. I only get 8. I have a couple people in my favorites, and then like everyone else, I have to go through the alphabet to scroll.
Right.
And there's mad names in there. I'm like, Juan. Who the fuck's Juan? You know what I mean?
Sorry.
And, like-
that just was really fun. Juan.
Like, who are you? I really need to go through it and just erase people, because you know how like sometimes when you log into like WhatsApp or whatever, it tells you like who in your phone book has this.
Has
There's
WhatsApp?
like pictures, numbers of pictures of people I don't know. Like, so probably people have changed numbers, whatever.
Yeah.
Regardless, so when I call like some of my friends, his name was kind of like catty cornered to both of the names, and like I almost dialed him a couple times by accident. Truth be told, I know his number by heart. I know a lot of numbers by heart.
Right.
I just do. I'm pretty good with numbers.
Mhm.
Not good at math, but good at numbers. It's a different thing.
Right.
So maybe one day I'll forget his number. I still remember my first boyfriend's phone number.
Mm-hmm.
I meant to like tell him, like, is that still your dad's number? Just because I just have these numbers in my head, I just don't forget them.
Right.
Not like on some like, oh, I want to call. No. But I kept like kind of running into his number. I was like, dude, let me just take it out. I don't need it. I'm never gonna need it again.
Mm-hmm.
So I took it out. But it wasn't like on some like, I'm ready now. It was just like, it was just more like I'm fucking lazy, but I don't want to like but dial him by accident again.
Right.
Because the one time it was like and.
It's like no, like
Right.
I already reached this.
So it wasn't on some like I'm at peace now with it. It was just like no. A little bit of it was that I'm at peace now with it, and I came to that conclusion. And then I was like, oh, I don't need to constantly see his name. One,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't need to like, you know. I thought about the fact that I had closure after that time I had seen him in the city.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
Yeah, that's what you're explaining to me.
I was
So it
just-
was kind of like 2%.
yeah,
Closure.
it kind of reminded me of the fact that like, oh, I still have his number and I don't need it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really anything like I'm holding on to this. It was more just like I'm lazy.
Okay.
And the other thing is just strict girl code. Like,
Cause I was like, yo, while I was editing the podcast, I was like, yo, really, Jen? Why is she going at me and Bridget when she wilded out because of the
that's different.
friend
Yeah,
and
but
then the thing.
Bridget treating a new man based on how her old man acted is a different situation.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, if I walked around like everyone was gonna like pour water on me and like not tell me they love me, then my new boyfriends would have been like shit out of luck.
Mhm.
But they did their own fucked up shit. So
Mhm.
now the new boyfriend just has to deal with shit I get off the pot.
Yay.
We good.
All right, just had to make sure because I was just like, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? So I'm glad that
Did I clear that up for you, sir?
No, but I'm glad that the moving on and let go has. It's good that you have done that, that you have moved on and let go. So it's
Yes,
good.
I have.
So that's very good. All right, but yeah, before we go on to the next aspect, why do we feel you can't move on and let go? Not you particularly, but like
I think it's about being comfortable.
mm-hmm.
I really think it has a lot to do with that. Like, nobody likes change.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I was thinking about, like, oh, it'd be really cool if my boyfriend and I bought a house. And then I was just like, oh, God. I'd have to, like, get used to living someplace else. That's so scary. Just the thought of it is scary to me. I don't do good with moving. I don't even really do good with vacation.
You've moved like 12 times.
I don't do good with it every time. This is actually the first place I moved into, which I feel like I've said on the podcast before, that I was, like, okay the first night. Because I was like, oh, this is mine.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Right.
But, like, if I move someplace else, I think, like, I'd have to, like, really be in love with the place to be comfortable and excited about it. I don't like vacation. I get, like, weirded out about sleeping weird places. I don't like sleeping over people's houses. I don't even like sleeping at my mom's house.
Yeah, you need to get over the vacation spot because I'm sure you guys want to go on vacation and stuff like that.
We're going in a couple months.
I know that, but you need to get over that.
Yeah, I was going to actually ask him if he wants to go to, like, AC for, like, a Thursday, Friday to, like, just practice being on vacation.
Nah, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely got to do that.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
So you think it's out of comfort?
yeah, it's out of comfort. But mostly out of comfort.
Mm.
I think it's just like being comfort, being scared of change, being afraid that like, you know, you're not going to find anybody else or you have to start over. People don't like doing that stuff. It's a lot of work,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and people don't like it. My friend was kind of like explaining to me her relationship situation, and you know, I think her fiance is being completely unreasonable. And I think because she loves him, she's starting to make excuses for him, even though like the things that she's saying things he's saying are making her unhappy.
Yeah.
But like my honest friend as my honest advice as a friend, is just that, you know, if this is what it is now, this is what you have to be prepared for the rest of your life.
I was literally just gonna say that. I remember when I used to be with my ex-fiance, and I would always go to her sister's house like every Friday. It was like a routine that we did. We would go to her sister's house, and her sister and the sister's husband and the kids, you know, go to their house and stuff like that. And she would have a like a phrase, and the phrase was like the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's all she would do. So every time like the husband did something or whatever, or he was just being him,
Mm-hmm.
she would lean over and be like, the rest of your life, you're like,
Mm-hmm.
this is what you are going to deal with. So if you can deal with that, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you know, the my ex-fiance would sometimes say that to me. So like, this is what you're gonna have to deal with. This is what you're gonna have to deal with the rest of your life. And you know what I mean? Because Yeah, she had like her own things that I mean not really bothered me, whatever. Because she liked to be not necessarily coddled, but like in the
Handled with kid gloves.
in the middle of coddled and cuddled.
Mhm.
You know, she liked to be
Babied.
I don't want to say baby,
Kid
but
gloves.
sure, yeah, like stuff like that. And you know, I'd be like, oh, really? You know, and then she'd be like, for the rest of your life. I'm like, shut up, that damn phrase. But yeah, you have
Now
to
my
deal with
boyfriend tells
that.
me all the time, like when he's like really annoying, he'd be like, "You're gonna deal with me for the rest of your life." He's like, "You're stuck with me." I was like, "That's what you think."
No.
You know, I keep reminding him there's not a ring on my finger.
Oh wow.
I think he needs to know.
I think he does.
Anyhow, but yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
Hmm.
I just think I think it's just a phase, not a phase, but like it's a comfort thing.
Hmm.
But you have to get used to change
Right.
and embrace it, because good things could come.
Hmm.
Like the best July ever.
Stupid. So now you're gonna use my words against me? Oh man, that's crazy. So aspect 2 that Jennifer so lovingly exclamated is you're being toxic to yourself and you need to move on. And this is another quote by Sylvester McNutt. By the way, go to Sylvester McNutt the third on Instagram. You can see who we're talking about. I follow him, and he's written to me a couple times because I've written
nice.
to him, and I just like reposting his quotes, and Jennifer like hates them sometimes. Well, I mean, you heard last week she was like, "You're quoting Sylvester McNutt," you know. But I'm telling you, I'm trust me, I'm gonna find that freaking one that she like favorited. I'm like, yo, I thought she freaking hated this dude, but yeah, he writes some good stuff. Anyway, his quote is pertaining to this aspect is, letting go is not hard. What's hard is the hopes and dreams that keep running through your head. What's really hard is consistently being open to someone who is closed off to you. What's hard is watching them not live up to their potential. The difficult task is knowing that you have to walk away from the life you've known for a life unknown. But you have to move on. You know it, they know it. You have to move on from a person you love. It's going to take a while. You'll find the strength to let go. You did your best, gave it your all. So it's that. And so there's this word that I found out that is definitely pertains to me. Not gonna lie about it. It's called rumination. You ever hear this?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. So this is from
I just don't remember.
Thrive. What the freak?
I just don't remember where I heard it.
This is Thrive in Life psychology.com, and it's called rumination, when you can't let go of your past. So imagine you are sitting at home and your thoughts keep circling around some negative experiences. It could be a conflict with someone, bad experiences in your childhood, or the end of a relationship or divorce that happened months or even years ago. For some reason, you keep reviewing what has happened to you over and over. You talk to your friends about it, maybe even write about it to get it out of your head. Congratulations, you did the first step to take on negative thoughts. But what happens if you think or talk about the same old stuff over and over again? Then you might suffer from something called rumination. Imagine if you broke up with someone or had a divorce one or two or even more years ago. Usually the healing process is done and people move on. Ruminators have a problem with moving on. If you're a ruminator, you can't stop talking about these things, even if it was years ago. You talk about it. You talk about how it affected you, how bad it was, or maybe even how unfair it was. Instead of focusing on your future, you focus on your past, and that would keep you from finding real happiness with a new partner. That would be sad. In my home country, Austria, we have a saying: you either have something or you talk about it. If you're self-confident, you don't need to talk about it all the time. If you're really happy, you don't need to post it on social media over and over. And if you've really moved on from something, you don't need to remind yourself all the time. If you need to talk about it all the time, then you are stuck. You are a ruminator. What can you do
Got
against?
him.
All right, Jen, calm down. What can you do against rumination? The first step would be to think about your needs. Very often people cannot let go of their past because they need something to be solved. If you need clarity, certainty, resolution, or fairness for something that happened a long time ago in your life, then these things are holding you back. The key is accepting the past and truly moving on, and not talk about it excessively anymore. Sometimes we live in a world that isn't fair. There will always be someone who is prettier or more handsome than you. There will always be someone who makes more money than you do. You cannot change it. Bad things happen. Breakups happen. Divorces happen. It is painful and sometimes it is unfair. For example, it might seem unfair when you suffered a painful divorce 6 months ago and your ex-wife or ex-husband is already married again and so much happier than you. It might seem unfair, but who said that life is fair? You are only hurting yourself if you cannot let go of the past. The truth is that we are all responsible for our own good. The sooner we accept that life can be unfair, the sooner we can accept and take our own fate in our own hands and embrace the present moment. The past already happened. We cannot change it. What we are able to change is the future, and that truly is yours. So stop ruminating and blaming other people for your misery and start living your own life. You deserve it.
All right. That's pretty good now that you know what you are, a ruminator. You're growing so much.
Why you gotta, what, you ain't no ruminator?
No, I'm moving on, and this heat is giving me a migraine. No, I'm not a ruminator.
No, I don't see you as that at all. Or
Are you being
not.
facetious?
No. I'm being serious. No, I'm the one who freaking found this article, so I knew it was about me.
Okay.
But I also wanted to explain, because it would help the people out there who might not be able to identify that they are a ruminator as well.
Okay.
So it's really good to see stuff hit you in such a way where you're just like, oh snap, that is definitely me. And you shouldn't cower away from it. You should be able to be like, okay, I've identified this. What can I do about it? As opposed to like, yo, this article doesn't know what the fuck they talking about. Or like, these people don't know what the fuck they talking about. I'm going to just do me and that's it.
And that's what I call growth.
Oh, God. You don't think I knew about my negative thoughts? Of course I do.
Growth.
So this is, the rumination thing is new, but me knowing that I had to control my negative thoughts is nothing new.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before a long time ago, maybe I said it, I don't know, episode 1, episode 2 or whatever, that I was working, well, I still am working on a book to just house it. And once it's on paper, it's out of me.
Okay.
And also speaking of, because I wanted to do like more research and stuff, I forgot that, because I remember you and Randy were talking about confidence and all that stuff, and I completely forgot that I wrote like a 5-piece thing on our website, betlovebeyond.com. It was called The Quest Within, and I remember doing this with myself. So the first part was confidence, the second part was acceptance, the third part is don't ever change, part 4 is stop enabling assholes, and part 5 is fail to succeed. I want everybody to read that. To read. You mean to say you haven't read it?
I don't remember.
You probably haven't, because you never read my stuff.
I don't really read anything, but I will. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
Get on there tonight.
But yeah, The Quest Within. It was from April 9th to May 5th. And
2016.
17.
17.
Yeah, I found those to be like really good and very therapeutic, because I'm not really good verbally when I need to explain myself, but writing down, I'm really good. So yeah, it was to talk about all that stuff about confidence and all those things, because like I hate one of the phrases that I hate is like, yo, you need to get more confidence. You need to get more confidence. And that whole part one is to talk about what I feel about that phrase. And also with the rumination thing, also there's another one called another blog called 5 years, and that's the most rumination thing, and that was like the 5-year anniversary whatever of being single. So I would like you guys to read that as well, because it goes with this very subject. So you can
Moving on.
moving on and letting go. So yeah, it's some hard stuff, man. To
You
do
feel
those
like you
things
let go
of
your past relationships.
let go. Well, I don't know. It's kind of questionable because like
I want to get back to you on that.
no. But with my ex-fiance, like it's only because it's hard, because I just think about like it. Not to say that I regret this, because I don't, but it just sucks that if whatever, God willing, I do get with somebody and get married or propose,
You will put it out there.
she will never be the first one that I wanted to marry.
I don't think that goes for a lot of people our age.
But to propose,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. When people, well, maybe I'm just speaking to
I
me,
don't remember if my boyfriend told me he bought a ring or he was like going to buy a ring for his ex-girlfriend.
but I don't. It's one thing. It's one thing to buy the ring, but it's another thing to
propose.
to declare it.
Yeah,
know?
but you know what? At least you don't have like a marriage under your belt right now. You know what I mean?
Very true.
Or a divorce.
Very true.
This
Yeah.
will still be your first wife,
No, right. Yeah, yeah.
and
yeah.
that's the most important part, and that's the part you should focus on.
Mm-hmm.
Snap, snap.
Snap. But yeah. So but let go. Yeah, because I just get mad that she tries to come back. So I think I have
Well,
let
you've
go.
blocked her off.
Oh no, yeah, I have. But I'm just saying that she's always gonna have a special place in my heart forever. You
Right.
know. But I've definitely let go, because I remember getting rid of her number as soon as she told me about the new person she was dating, who would eventually be her boyfriend. And I was just like, nah, off, I'm done. I don't need to speak to you anymore, or see you, whatever. And I haven't seen her since. I haven't seen her in like 3 years. No. Yeah, 3 years. Or spoken to her in 3 years too. So.
You go.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I've definitely like let go. This brings up another point too. The only thing that kind of always pops in my head, because is that we were planning on having children, is if I find out that I'm not gonna go look for it, but if I find out that like she has a kid and what she's gonna name it, because we named our kids as well, you know. But I don't need to find. I don't think she would use any. I don't think she would use our names. But
Were they her names or our names?
we decided on 3 names. Mine was the first. She named the second, and we both named the third.
Wow, you guys really went in on that.
Well, we had 5 names.
I mean, if it's something like,
So-
let's say there's a name she always wanted to name her kids, like she might not let go of that.
Oh no, and that's fine.
Right.
That's fine, because I know one of them was was like, yeah, that name is gonna be our second child. So if that's the name, then of course, like,
Right.
I'm not gonna be like, what, you know, like, and I doubt you take my name, yo. If she took my name, son, yo,
You're wildin'. That ain't gonna happen. That dude ain't gonna let that happen.
yo. But how's the dude gonna know?
Trust me, he's heard about you.
Do you think so?
Yeah, of course.
I don't see why.
Who was dating Karuchi Tran?
Victor Cruz.
He's broke up with her because she talked about Chris Brown too much.
Stop it.
Yep.
Yo, because I would keep seeing pictures of them. Oh, they're such in love. You know, Bay Shade Room. You know,
He
whatever.
broke up with her because she talked about him too much.
Damn.
You let go of Victor Cruz because you couldn't get shit. Shut up, girl.
Wow. That sucks. do you know in what way?
I just saw like a picture, like I didn't read the article. I don't read any articles, Martini.
All right,
seriously.
sorry, I guess I should.
I really just saw the headline.
But still, no, you should read my shit.
I'll go read your shit. I'll go read your shit.
because again, it takes a lot for me to share.
I will.
So
I'm
when
just lazy.
I hear people that I like reading my shit, it fills me with warm and fuzzies.
All right, I'm gonna
know?
do it tonight, and I'll even add some more poetry for you guys.
Oh yeah, you promised mad people poetry stuff.
Yes, I'm sorry.
So, damn, that sucks. My thing is, I want to know in what way she was talking to him about, like
Even if
negatively
she
or
was
positively.
just doesn't matter. Don't bring him up, dude.
No, I know that, but I'm just curious.
When me and Chris were together, bitch, nobody cares.
No, because my thing is, didn't she get a restraining order on him? So it's like,
you're allowed to talk about people.
No, but what I mean is, like, why keep talking about him? Like, do you still love him? Because he definitely still loves her.
Oh God.
You know what I mean? So it's like, what are you doing? That's messed up. Damn, she's head over heels for him. It's one of those freaking crazy couples, man. Like I don't know who's crazy couples in media.
I don't know.
Like freaking
I'm about to make you put this podcast on pause because I'm gonna pee my pants. So
Angelina Jolie and Billy Bob Thornton. Freaking
they're not together anymore.
I know, but they were freaking crazy when they were together. Ryan and Marissa from the OC. They're not good together.
Yeah.
Very, very fiery. So
Whatever.
that sucks.
Victor Cruz is back on the market.
But I forgot what we were talking about. But anyway,
Letting go. Moving on.
Yeah. So I believe that I am in good standing with my ex-fiance as a, meaning like letting go, whatever.
Right.
Like I don't want to, and again, no beef. I don't want to, like I don't want to see her. I don't want somebody to surprise me like, oh, like fucking. I was gonna say Jerry Seinfeld, like Jerry Springer or something like that.
Wow.
Like
You're the dad.
no, not even that. You're the dad. It's just like if I was sitting here and like she walked down the steps because she was a surprise guest.
Oh no.
Or something like
We
that.
ain't good like that.
I don't need to see her. I don't need to run into her. Knock on wood, I still haven't run into her. So I don't need any of that. It's like I don't. It just hurts that the piece had to be broken off because it's a piece broken off. But it's like, all right, whatever.
Heal, you regenerate. Like Iron Man.
Wrong person. Wolverine.
Okay, like Wolverine. E for effort, Jen.
Oh man.
So, what else do you have for us, Martini? You said you have some big news.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah, that's about it for that was about it for the episode. I thought this was pretty good.
Yeah,
right.
It's good that we talk about it.
Yeah. So the big news is that it's gonna be the last time we talk about it.
Moving on.
Yeah. Speaking about moving on and letting go, the big announcement that we held off from the beginning is that Martini, is leaving the podcast. Bet Love Beyond. I am leaving the podcast. Yes, I know. Sam, calm down. Close your mouth. Jesus, hold on to something. Don't crash. Or like if you're in your bed, like whatever. Like take it easy. Don't yell. The neighbors will be worried. First and foremost, this has nothing to do with last week's episode. Because I believe Jen thought that might be some beef or whatever.
No, yeah.
And then
I just didn't want people thinking that you were leaving because, like, we went in on you. Even though it wasn't that bad.
No, it has nothing to do with last week's episode. This was months in the making. This was around the same time where we were thinking that we should just end the show because this was supposed to be our deadline.
Mm-hmm.
But Jennifer enthusiastically wanted to keep the show going. But for me, I couldn't do it anymore just because it was just too taxing and there's too many things that I want to do. And I can't do this at the same time anymore. So like I do want to pursue my goals and my dreams and my plans, and I can't do that with the podcast running as well. I just can't do it. So I've decided to leave the podcast. Yeah. So I don't know. How do you feel about that?
Well, first I want to say thank you because I have these like harebrained ideas all the time
Yeah, I did. I couldn't even make a collage out of them. There were so many of them.
that I kind of just was like, we just do a podcast. You're like, what? You're like, go away, crazy girl. So I want to thank you first for like actually listening to my crazy idea and helping me with this. I really couldn't have done any of it without you. Like, and you put in so much work and figured all this equipment stuff out, which I was kind of like just blind to. I don't know what the podcast what it's going to be moving forward. I know I'm not gonna have as many cool bells and whistles as you do. But I'm gonna try my best to try to keep to the format that we developed, and you know, I don't know. It's just gonna be interesting, and I don't know. I just thank you. You put in a lot of hard work, and you know, I wanted you to try to stay on in some aspect, but I understand that it is very time consuming. Because Martini doesn't do anything half-assed. Like, you know, I can't tell you what you're gonna hear in the upcoming weeks from me because I might be like,
it's gonna be bare bones, okay? But don't freaking write in or hate Jennifer like, yo, what the hell, man? What's up with that cool shit or whatever? Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Stupid crap, please.
So,
she's learning, okay?
I'm still learning.
I've been trying to teach her, so like.
I'm still gonna have to like call Martini for things. Martini, like if you still want to blog and stuff like that, or like add anything, I definitely invite you to do that. Like if there's anything that you want to get off your chest and you wanted to, I mean, I'm not saying you have to. I'm just saying you're welcome to. Like if there's things that you want to get off your chest, and you know, I'm sure everyone's gonna still want to hear from you. I already told Martini he has to come back. You know, he said not for a couple months. You know, he kind of wants to like get his self like balls deep into like everything that he has going on.
But also too, I want to feel a separation from it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's not like a diss to anybody or the diss to the show or anything like that. I just want to feel that okay, I did get away from it, and like definitely I'll be back. You know, you'll see my name on the thing as a guest. You know, as opposed to co-host. So
we're not gonna tell you when he's coming.
Yeah. Well, unless you see the thing.
No,
you're not even going to put... Oh,
no,
all right. Okay.
I mean, once it's posted, I'll put it, but I'm not going to be like, oh, guess who's coming next week?
Oh, right.
No, never. Never going to tell them. Keep them on bended knee.
Right.
But I do thank you for everything. I really wouldn't have been able to do any of this without you. Like, it was just kind of like one of these crazy ideas I have. I have crazy ideas all the time. And sometimes I just need, like, a kick in the ass to kind of keep it going. And... you know, I was going to kind of like throw in the towel on Martini, but I have some other stuff up our sleeve, which you'll find out about in the next week or so.
Yes.
So I kind of wanted to, you know, keep it going, just to kind of hold on to it for just a little longer.
Yes. There's a lot of stuff that Jennifer wants to do. And don't worry, we'll just say that she will not be doing this alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think some people know what's going on, some people do not, but you will find out.
Yeah, you'll definitely find out. We at first I wanted Jennifer to take a break, but she was like, nah, we need to give it to the masses, we need to give it to the people. And I was like, all right, calm down.
But don't be I'm actually really proud of you, and I want you, as sad as I was that you wanted to leave, because I still wanted you to like be a part of it somehow. I am happy that like you can now focus all your time and attention on like the things that really matter to you, and you don't have to like worry about this, because I knew you were never gonna like half-ass this, or you know, I'm like, don't worry about articles, Martini, they don't need articles, they don't read the articles like me. But some of you probably do read the articles, and yeah. I'm just the lazy one. So
right,
but I appreciate
and
everything.
And again, all the articles are on bedlovebeyond.com, so all
I'll
our episodes.
find you articles, don't worry. I just don't know that I will have read them. So maybe you guys can read them and tell me what they're about.
Yeah, all the episodes have the articles of which I found inspiration to create the episode. So please like read that stuff, get informed, man, because like again, let me give the thanks to you. I mean, without this, I've learned a new skill. I know how to podcast, so that's a great skill to have. I can teach people how to podcast. I know how to engineer a show. I know how to build a show, so that's cool too. So I have all these new skills. So I'm proud of that. So I just got a new skill, so that's great. that will work out in the entertainment industry that I want to be in. So yeah, so it's really cool, and
And it's
again,
not really goodbye. It's more like see you later.
yeah, definitely. And also too, all the stuff that we did 119 episodes and 119 subjects, things that I would have never explored if
Like
if
furries.
if it wasn't for this podcast. Like, I mean, I'd probably maybe like look into it and then like that's it, like, oh, okay, I know about this, but like to really explore it and then have people and guests. I mean, we've had so many guests and famous guests too. Like, sometimes I forget. Sometimes people need to remind me that we're that big of a show, that we've had people that were on CNN and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, Mr. Lucario, he was on like CNN and all that stuff, and Dr. Christy Overstreet. These are famous people. I mean, they're not like Kanye or whatever, but like,
I don't want to talk to Kanye.
but they're people. You know
Let's
what I'm
not
saying?
forget about the real side chicks of Charlotte.
Yeah, and I think they're supposed to have a Netflix deal. I don't know what happened. Maybe they're still filming. I don't know,
Oh,
but
God.
but yeah. So yeah, with them too. Like, we've done
some pretty interesting things.
yeah, and when we talked about a lot of stuff.
And to all of your friends, Martini, who have come on the show, you are absolutely welcome back.
Oh yeah. I don't need to be here.
Call
So,
me, come over. You know the address.
yeah,
If there's something you want to discuss.
absolutely.
know.
Yeah. And keep writing in too. Like, it's been getting good the last couple of months. So don't hesitate to write in. I mean, you're not gonna get my point of view, but you'll definitely still get Jen's.
Somehow I feel like you're sure going to get Martini's point of view. Like, he's going to like hit me up and be like, yo, this, and this.
Like, you'll definitely get Jen's one of a kind point of view, and you will get the new person's point of view as well, my replacement. So yeah, it's still gonna be a great show that you love, but just with a new perspective, and it's gonna be good. Like, it's gonna be a great show. So keep up with it. So two more things.
Where can they find you? Where can
No, they ain't
No?
finding me. No.
You're going into hiding?
What?
You're going into hiding?
Yeah, I'm going into hiding until like I have to like come out, and then when I do come out, it's gonna be a great thing.
Then can I tell them where to find you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, you can
So
holler at me. I'll tell them.
yeah, so there's that. Yeah, and it's interesting because one thing.
Martini, don't be a stranger. Like, to me personally.
well, that's funny because what
Or
I
are you
was
telling me that you're not going to talk to me anymore?
no, I'm not. What I'm saying is that this is gonna be the first time in maybe like in the 10 years that I've known this place,
I haven't lived here 10 years.
but I've been in this area for 10
Oh.
years. Like, this is gonna be the first time that I haven't visited this area in 10 years, like weekly wise,
Oh, okay.
because of my ex and you.
Okay.
So like, that's just weird. That's
You
gonna
can
be
still come
interesting.
and hang out. Like,
I can, but that's weird.
if
I'm
I have a
like,
barbecue or something, come over.
oh yeah. I was like, I'm not being no third wheel.
I know.
But
The
yeah,
neighbor across the street is single. You might want to holler at her.
didn't I tell you that she's not attractive?
Oh, no.
No, I'm just saying that from what I've heard.
Oh, that's not true.
I haven't personally seen her.
Oh, no. I don't know if she's your type or not, but I mean.
Well, I
just
mean, you're gonna
don't
have to show
listen.
me a picture. But again, we've had this conversation. So now I'm gonna have another girlfriend like live across another. What is this? A Starbucks? Like a Starbucks in
Come
front
and
of
knock at my door.
a Starbucks in front of another Starbucks? Like
Yeah.
Lewis Black joke. So like, I'm gonna have a girlfriend across the street from
Your ex
an ex?
podcast.
my ex-partner and ex that I used to date.
She doesn't need to know all that, Martini. Doesn't have to be it could just be my friend Jen.
That's weird.
No, my ex Jen is weird. I think
No, person I used to date.
No.
That's true.
Yeah,
You're not my ex because
Yeah, but I think we've been friends longer than we ever dated. So, new title.
new title. No, definitely because we only dated for 4 months. That
See?
was another thing that I wanted to tell you too about the letting go thing. It's because no, you just reminded me. when you were talking about, oh, can I look at you as a friend?
Yeah.
More than the reason why it's easier for you is because you've had multiple people after me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So like after you, I've only had one person,
Okay.
and then I meet you again. You know what I'm saying? So like that's
Well,
why.
damn. That's not my fault.
No, I'm not saying that, but that's why the wounds feel fresh.
It was a long time ago.
But it was on pause.
Let it go. Let it
Okay,
go.
Elsa, calm down.
All right.
No, but you
I get
understand.
your point.
You understand what I'm saying?
444. I don't know what that means actually. I have no idea.
You don't know what that means?
No.
God. So
I'm not really up on pop culture.
So Jay-Z came out with his album.
I know that was the title
his
of the
last
podcast.
album. Yes. Oh yeah, so the title of the podcast. Well, damn. So you didn't even get the joke. Well, not
No,
the
I
joke.
didn't get
but
the joke.
All right. So Jay-Z came out with his last album.
Uh-huh.
Not this one that he came
Yeah,
out with.
444.
Not joint one. Yeah, 444.
Mhm.
And that was so it's 444 a.m. There's no a.m. But
Mhm.
for him, he woke up at 444 a.m. and came up with the album because that's when he woke up and was like, shit, I really need to fucking get my shit
That's
together.
what it's about.
What?
That's God.
No, it's like that. I need to get my shit together and really explain like what happened with and what's going on with my life and what happened. So that's what Jay-Z came. That's why he, in one of the songs, I don't know the title, the track listing, but he explains the cheating thing with Beyonce, you know, and all that stuff. So like it's
I'm not invested in their relationship.
it's a therapeutic album, you know. It's his lemonade
Okay.
essentially. So but you know his song, The Story of OJ.
Mhm.
So that's why I said The Story of MJ.
Got it. It's all coming together now.
There you go. So.
Yeah, my titles probably aren't going to be as catchy as Martini,
It's
but I'll do my damnedest.
Episode 120, talking about dicks.
But you'll love me for them either.
No,
way.
no, because it will be your flair, and that's what I don't want you to emulate me.
I can't.
this
You're
is-
one of a kind.
This is
You're
your
definitely
thing.
one of a kind.
Oh well, thank you for that.
I do mean that, and like with all due respect, like you are one of a kind. I can't do that. I
Thank
just
you.
right.
No, but I'm just saying you have your ways too. I remember I've read your poetry. I have copies of your poetry.
Creepy.
You gave it to me. It's not like I freaking came into your house and took your shit. Don't do that to me.
I don't know why I gave poetry away. Take this. You might need it one day.
But yeah. So the big surprise to culminate this episode is that stay tuned because there is an episode 0.
What?
There is an episode. There's the first episode that we've never released, and it was a test run.
Do you remember that? Do I remember this?
I don't know.
Am I on it?
Yes, you're on it. So it was a test run. So I'm going to attach that episode because it's our technically first episode ever doing this to culminate with the end of us doing this together as a
Is it a full
as a
episode?
full, it's 42 minutes.
What?
Yep. So this so you'll have one episode 119 and now you will have episode 0 too. So if you see this being like a really long ass episode, you know why. Cuz it's 2 episodes in one. So there you go. Happy birthday. So
Bon voyage. Jesus.
so let's do this one last time. Thank you for listening to us on Podbean, iTunes, Pocket Cast, Stitcher, and the new
Google Podcasts.
Yes.
So cool. I love it.
Oh, you like it?
Mhm.
Please rate, review, like, and subscribe to us. Well, I messed that up. Please rate, review, like, and subscribe to us on any of the devices that you listen to. So, have you let go? Are you are you moving on? What's going on? Or are you a ruminator like myself? What's going on? What's really the deal?
Martini, much success and
Oh,
positivity
thank you very
in
much.
July and moving forward.
Yes, and you too have an amazing. Just keep having an amazing time, man. But I know
Are you gonna listen?
I don't know.
Really?
I might listen eventually, but not now.
Damn.
I want to separate myself.
Okay.
I want to separate myself. Again, no.
Oh, you can binge it.
Not a no. That's what I'm saying. Like I can always.
Oh,
binge
listen
it.
to Bunny Ears. We could talk about that. You might like it. There was a really good wrestling episode you'll like.
We discussed this.
Did you listen to it?
Yes.
Oh, see?
and I said on the podcast that we did.
I have really bad dementia.
You do. You can hit us up at bedlovebeyond@gmail.com. You can go to our website, www.bedlovebeyond.com, and to see all the articles that I discussed, that we discussed on the podcast. You can give us a call or text us at 201-862-8BED. That is 201-862-8233.
If you'd like to call and leave Martini a little farewell message,
Oh, that'd be nice.
I will play it for him.
Yeah, you can do that. You can hit us up on Facebook, www.facebook.com/bedlovebeyond. And you can follow us at bedlovebeyond on Instagram, Twitter, Periscope, and YouTube. You should probably take down Periscope because we don't use that anymore.
Yeah.
So you can take that down. But so this is my last episode, episode 119. Again, stay tuned for episode 0. I only listened to some of it, and man, it is quite a change from what we have done. And I'm not even talking about production wise, I'm just talking about attitude wise. Jen is so morose in the episode. She's so sick of life and men. It's crazy.
Oh my god, I can't wait to hear because I have no idea what you're talking about.
And me, I'm just me. I'm just my Eeyore self. But anyway, thank you everybody. Thank you for listening to us. Just, seriously, it's really cool. I should have did the top 10 states and countries and whatever. But whatever. Thank you everybody for listening to us, and please don't stop listening. Whatever. Don't stop listening. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you guys are great, man, and this is a great podcast. And again, I have no doubt that this podcast is gonna be freaking amazing. While it keeps going, you're probably still gonna. Jennifer's probably gonna still talk about the and hopefully we'll get we'll finally get one of them on the show or whatever. But yeah, so it's been real. Hope to hear from you guys soon. And my name's Martini.
And I'm still Jen.
I do want to say publicly that I've been listening for a bit, and I gotta say there's times when I definitely am with you and how you see things, and there's times when the things that she says, I was like, that's spiritual, man. That's deep. She says some good stuff. They're a great partnership.
Since sex, as a rule, I think for a lot of people, requires some degree of trust, because the level is higher of trust in the fandom, because we are all so much more likely to trust each other, that you see sex get talked about more. So it's not an issue of furries being perverts any more so than the average bear. Lol.
Oh, Tina, you look cute like a little bear or something.
Okay, so
Damn.
That's a no.
Where is Black Twitter?
She's like, I want to join.
I hear about this all the time. I was just
You want to be included?
I do. I was never on Black Planet. I just want to be on Black Twitter. Goddammit.
It's not
I want to know what's going on.
It's not.
That could be a deal breaker for some guys.
It's a deal breaker for me.
Oh God. Do you give head? She's like, no.
I'm like, well, you better head on out of here.
Oh my God.
You like that?
Yo, he's so serious. Yo, he is so serious. You're savage. Holy shit. Yo.
I'm just saying, man. I'd probably send my vagina.
You'd probably send your vagina?
Yeah, I'd probably send my
No, I
vagina.
would send my boobs before my vagina. Just being honest.
That's because you're classy, Jazz.
I am classy.
Oh, great. I'm a slut now.
Martina is a hoe. I've never walked into anybody's apartment and sucked their dick.
Well,
Walked
well,
back.
Ain't nobody
They-
walked into
they-
mine and got that either.
they both came in. They were kissing, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She said something about, oh, you have a nice like marble tabletop for like what in the kitchen, whatever. He was like, why don't you get on it? And then she did. They started kissing again. He was like, I'm gonna get a condom. He went to go get a condom.
Sorry, that was inappropriate, but that was so on
And I
point.
feel like he sounded like
I
him.
know.
I feel like that's exactly how he said it.
So
Oh, good condom. I'm sure Martini's going to mention this, but I'm going to beat him to the punch. Today is the premiere of the new Married at First Sight.
yes, it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's in Chicago. No, not Chicago.
Wait, hold up.
Yo, and
Whoa.
and
Our brothers.
You caught that, right?
Yeah.
Stupid ass.
I'm-
Man, she's hot. Wouldn't it be great if bloop, 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 you know?
I'm not summer ready. Like, I was there, and then my birthday came, and I ate, like, mad food. I ate everything I wanted to eat. And
Good.
then my body was like, plump, 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 plump.
So, what is that?
I got fat. And I didn't care.
Flop, 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 flop. So, next one, finally, seat number one, table number one,
Isabel.
which is you. What the saying names?
She don't listen to the podcast.
Yeah, I do get in my head about like, man,
But that's why I told you the other day, fake it till you make it.
true.
That's kind of like what he's saying, though. But he's saying, like, you just got to tell yourself this is who I are. You got to use positive affirmation statements.
Yeah.
I am this. I am that. And
Yeah,
not
yeah.
I am,
A
not,
loser.
Right. Not those. Positive.
I am a loser.
No, bitch.
I kind of feel though that you from your personality for as long as I've known you, you're a giving person. You know, like you're very you self-sacrifice a lot. You put yourself last, and you put others first a lot of the time. So like in the beginning, I asked you what possessed you to make that album, and because that is a very selfless thing to do. It's very like, you know, an external thought process for a lot of people, and you know that speaks to your character, and that should be, a lot of women should look at that as like a pro, not a con.
So wait, are you dating now, Janika?
I am dating. I have actually been dating for the past 8 months.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I have a very, very, very amazing boyfriend. Completely supportive. He treats me like a queen
Perfect.
and is a super gentleman. Like, I really thought there were like no good gentlemen in life.
No,
left,
there are.
except for Martini, of course.
Yeah.
But,
Top
you
notch
know,
martini, top notch.
Literally, you are like my boost of confidence in every picture that you like. I'm like, seriously, I can always expect something nice from Martina.
Do you guys Skype?
No.
She's like, no.
I don't Skype. I don't make phone calls. I'm like, text or bust. That's that's it.
Damn.
I don't even call my mom. All right. Like I just don't like talking on the phone. It's not my thing.
You're like every guy's dream.
Is that a thing that guys like, Martini, not talking on the phone?
Not
'Cause-
Martini. Martini's
I was
not.
gonna say Martini loves talking on the phone.
Martini's not your average guy. Martini's like, let's have 15-hour conversations about love and romance and things that make us happy.
I could do that. I'm
He's a
down.
romantic. I'm sorry that sucks. That didn't work out. But
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, Martini's not going to agree with this because Martini's, pessimistic. But we need a camera sometimes.
yeah,
for
it's like
Martini's
Martini's
face.
facial expressions are meme worthy.
They really are. Damn it.
Don't you
She's
dare.
She's getting the phone ready for the.
Don't you dare. Go ahead. Say your piece.
Martini, have I told you lately that you're amazing?
Martini's pretty amazing.
I think that's amazing. Not a lot of people put in that kind of work. You will actually listen back to the show and then put it back in so your listeners, new or old, don't have to go back and find it. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Martini's very creative.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, my titles probably aren't going to be as catchy as Martini.
no, because it will be your flair, and that's what I don't want you to. I don't want you to emulate me.
I can't.
this
You're
is-
one of a kind.
This is
You're
your
definitely
thing.
one of a kind. Not my blind date, thank God. So, on a level of I was gonna say like on
Do you
a
feel pain? I was like, is that where
Point to the expression chart.
yeah, is that where this is going?
I was gonna say, which makes no sense. I was gonna say like on a level of Walmart.
What?
We've lost her, folks.
Yeah, she's done.
She's shot off into space.
She needs some food.
I'm so sorry. I was gonna say.
All right, so Bridget, how you doing?
Great.
Yeah, you ready for this?
I don't know if I'll ever be ready for this. So
All right, so while Jennifer's passed out on the floor,
Jennifer's getting herself together.
while she's passed out on the floor, we're gonna do a little CPR, and then we'll be right back. oh, she's back. She's back. Hold on. No, she's
Maybe not.
All right,
Okay.
so I tried to do mouth to mouth resuscitation, but she wasn't having
really
it.
funny. Like in my head, it's like such a funny joke, but it's not gonna be.
Well,
In my head, I'm hysterical.
you're gonna have to say
No,
it now.
you're out loud. You're hysterical.
I was gonna say, on a scale of Walmart to Target, how much
What?
I don't know. Kmart.
Bridget, that is a bomb ass answer.
Wow.
I definitely don't have a response to that one.
Kmart is like about in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I still don't understand the scale though. So
I get it.
I'm gonna plead the fifth on that
No.
one.
From bargain to bougie.
Target is bougie.
Target's bougie
Target.
Target.
now. Okay.
I totally get it. I'm glad that you said the joke.
Thanks, Martini.
You guys are clearly on a wavelength that I am totally missing. But
Me and Martini are in sync. I've told you, and I've told others that you're my better half because you're a little nicer than I am, but you're like exactly like me.
Right.
Like you get me, and that's cool. Like if I do something, you're not like, why did you do that? You're like, oh, I know why you did it. So that's how I defined our relationship. Like we're each other's, like we balance each other kind of.
Yeah.
So, and I appreciate that because everyone needs a little balance.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
All right. Stay tuned to episode 0.
thanks, Teeny.
See you guys. Thank you. Peace.
So, let's hear it.
I mean, it's recording.
Oh. So, Martini, why will you not go to Comic-Con for New Jersey? New Jersey Comic-Con.
Why I won't go to New Jersey Comic Con? A couple of reasons. One, I probably won't have money by the time it goes. By the time it comes.
It's like in 3 weeks.
Okay.
It's like in 4 weeks.
Okay.
There's at least 2 paychecks coming before then.
Yeah, but there's like a long amount of bills I need to pay. So there's that. There's one. 2, I don't know. I just don't really. Well, I don't know. I don't really feel like going. To those things. What else? I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
I guess I can respect your wishes on that. I mean, I don't even know if I'm going, so there's that.
You should.
You
like New York Comic Con?
Yeah, but like Drea De Matteo is gonna be there again signing autographs for $20, and I'm not giving it to her.
Why not?
Unless she has like the New Jersey price of like $10. I don't know.
Or
I should give her $20, but
Or
like,
why don't you see if you can take a picture with her? That'd be the next step. That'd be the big
I'm
step.
your favorite Italian fan. Please take a picture with me.
Yeah, exactly.
So, anywho.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know. I shouldn't say that I've outgrown the Comic-Con stuff. I wouldn't necessarily say that, but I don't know. I don't know.
So
Guess I'm kind of indifferent.
speaking of dating,
Okay. We weren't speaking of dating, but go
We
ahead.
were. because dating ties into some of the reasons why you don't want to go to any Comic Cons.
Oh, is that so? I don't know where you got that from my answers, but okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, definitely need to.
So
fix
this
stuff.
guy,
Good.
this guy from OkCupid
Okay.
sent me a meme,
All
and
right.
it's like old people holding hands.
All
And
right.
it says, a physician once said, the best medicine for humans is love. Someone asked, what if it doesn't work? He smiled and said, increase the dose.
Wait, read that again.
A physician once said, quote, the best medicine for humans is love. Someone asked, what if it doesn't work? He smiled and said, increase the dose.
Okay. I guess that's a nicely wrapped bow.
Right. And then the guy was like, oh, can you send me a picture? Because I want your picture for my contact. So I sent him this picture. And he said, is that the picture you want to come up every time I call? I was like, I feel like I should be offended.
Why are you so willing to give the person your
I don't
Photo.
know.
um?
It wasn't like an instantaneous thing. Like it took like a couple of minutes
Okay.
of like convincing, and then I was like, "Argh." But then I'm just over the whole thing. I didn't even save his number.
Oh, that's nice. I hope he doesn't hear this.
Sorry.
Yeah, I guess that was cute,
Mm.
but I mean, that's not reality, or maybe it should be. I guess that's the real question.
I don't know. Dating's a sham. So's whatchamacallit happened. Somebody on Happened was. Did I show you the one that was married and he was a swinger?
You have yet to show me anything from Happen.
Hold on. I think I got rid of him. He was cute though, but he was a swinger. Rob from Universal Studios.
Oh, nice.
Universal Studios Entertainment.
That's good.
37 years old.
I hope no one finds that out from his job, because that's a sweet gig.
Well, that's his picture. So there's that.
Well, because he's protecting himself. Good job.
Protecting himself from what?
From his job. If they found out he was a swinger and he's trying to get
No,
people.
that's not the same swinger. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
different guy. He's just different. I don't remember. I don't think I saved the swinger. I think I was like X. I'm really not taking any of these people seriously. I'm an asshole. Hey, my name's Manny and I like to drink and eat sushi. And go to Whole Foods. I don't know what this is. Teacher at FLBOE. I'm assuming that's Fairlawn Board of Ed. Oh yeah, I met him. I passed him in Fairlawn. You should get on Happen Teeny just for shits and giggles.
I've been thinking about it.
You should. It'd be cool. It'd be interesting. I want to see what the chicks are like on there.
Well, for one, the site only works as if I go out, and I don't.
Yeah, but you go to work, you come here. Sometimes you go for Taco Wednesdays, which is dumb because taco should only be on Tuesdays.
Take it easy. But yeah, I don't go out, so it wouldn't be used.
Yeah, it would. Like sometimes if you go to the city, I work from home.
I don't go
Martini.
to the city, but you go out though.
When?
I don't know, when you go out for lunch, and when you go out with your friends, and you go to the city. More
No,
than I
like
do.
once in a blue moon.
Yeah, but you go out though.
Whatever. These people I pass like on my block. You know where I get a lot of people? The people who take the train right here.
See, there you go.
I don't have to leave my house for that.
Look at that. I
Raymond works at Manhattan Bagel.
don't have that luxury of a metropolitan train right outside my house.
He's cute. 32.
But yeah, I don't know.
Doesn't like me. Josh. You should get on Coffee Meets Bagel, maybe. The only thing I don't like about Coffee Meets Bagel is I think you have to use your Coffee Meets Bagel. I think you have to use your Facebook profile. And
Okay.
it's like, let's say.
Don't you have to do that with Happen?
Yeah, but I think like. I don't know. I need like a better tutorial of how it works. Like, I want to say like. It's like if you see somebody on my page and you like them or
I thought that was Hinge.
stop swiping and start meeting because there's no substitute for meeting face to face as seen on Shark Tank, blah 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 blah. Coffee Meets Bagel believes in quality over quantity when it comes to online dating. Our app searches through a broad range of candidates and presents only the most compatible matches based on attraction, intelligence, and common interests so that you don't have to go through endless profiles. We believe that there are no substitutes for meeting face to face. We believe you don't really know until you meet the person and have a real conversation. Coffee Meets Bagel is not only selects compatible matches for you, but also facilitates actual meetups. How it works. 1. Every day at noon, you get one match, your bagel. Select it for just you based on attraction, intelligence, and common interest. Your bagel shares mutual friends with you. Translation, no randos. They wrote it, not me. You like or pass your bagel within 24 hours. If your bagel likes you back, we'll connect you via a private chat room. We provide icebreaker questions to get your conversation going. We also follow up to they encourage meetups.
Speaking to the mic.
Finally, we learn what you like. Your matches will improve over time. Privacy will ask you to. So basically, they put you on Facebook, and maybe one of your friends and I have same interests, and then we can meet. And if I think he's cute, I'll say, "Hey, let's get a bagel." And if not, I get coffee by myself. And I'm just fine with that. That's not how it works. I made that part up.
Oh, I'm like
The
what?
face. Oh my god.
No, because I'm like the people that they are choosing from are for your friend from your friends list on Facebook.
Like, they're friends of friends. So maybe it's like
There's another website that does that. I mean, there's another app that does that. That's called Hinge, where it looks at your friends' friends, and mutual friends or whatever. No, not mutual friends, friends. And yeah, you can choose like from that because hey, since you know them, you might be cool, and whatever.
yeah, I don't know if that'd work out in everybody's situation.
No, but I'm just saying like
I mean,
there's that.
being friends with like rando exes on Facebook, then being, linked up with their friends. It's
Yeah.
just bad business.
That isn't, yeah. No, you're right. I didn't even look at that way. That's true.
Or, I don't know. It could just get creepy.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be a great match for Timothy. Timothy knows your friend Sean. Timothy and Sean have gone to school together for 12 years.
Yeah. Then that'd be pretty weird. And yeah, I never really, I never thought about it that way.
Maybe you just have to unfriend all your exes. What if you
No, because then, I don't know.
What if you have no Facebook friends?
That's virtually impossible. Then you don't use then why are you on Facebook?
Stalker mode. I don't know.
I guess. They don't need that app then.
What movie is this?
It's the same movie. Halloween 5.
I never saw it. Oh, Revenge of Michael Myers, 1989. What were you doing in 1989, Martini?
I was probably watching the first Batman with Michael Keaton because it came out in 1989.
Oh, Batman. I don't know if that's what he says.
He does say it.
He does?
Yes. He was the first one to say it.
He was the best one to say it.
Yeah, Michael Keaton. Yeah, Michael Keaton was awesome.
He was also an alcoholic. That's why he was so good at it.
No, okay. That's why.
I don't know. I really have no idea why. He was really good at it.
He was?
He was better than what's his face is going to be.
Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
Nah, Ben Affleck's going to kill it. He's going to be awesome.
You think so?
Yeah.
Who's playing the other guy?
What other guy?
Isn't it like Batman and Superman. Superman's played by the same guy.
Yes,
That was such a great movie.
Henry Cavill. You don't need to be you don't need to be like that to the audience. You don't need to lie.
The truth is, I did not enjoy Batman. Please don't kill me. There wasn't enough comedy in it. It didn't make me laugh.
You, to be fair, you didn't know what movie you were getting into. That's why. Not all comic book movies
I liked
have
the
laughter in them.
Guardian of the Galaxies.
Yes, well, that was straight comedic, and it was a Marvel film, so they're usually like that.
I like Iron Man movies.
Again, Marvel. That's their thing.
Avengers.
Again, Marvel. That's their thing.
I see
Comedy.
a pattern here.
It's comedy. And those movies are good. Yeah.
I wish I could have recorded the DMC panel for you, because
Why's that?
they like talked about like how like rappers used to like rap about different comic book characters, and how like DMC, like, he felt kind of like Clark Kent and like Superman, because like he is Daryl McDaniels.
Yeah.
McDaniels, I think his name
Yeah,
is.
Daryl McDaniels, yeah.
So, but like he said, when he was on stage, he was like DMC. He was like the master ceremony. He's like, he put his cape on and like he was unstoppable, and he was supposed to go to John Jay University, and you know, then they were like, nah, son, you got to tour.
Nah, yeah, I forgot where I heard that from, but I think it probably was like an MTV documentary or something like that. But like, yeah, I remember he was saying that, you know, because he was very shy and whatever, and yeah, when he was on stage, he got all that adrenaline got to him, and yeah, he was like, yeah, DMC, so like he can do it, because everybody was like, come on, man, you can do it, and he was like, no, like I'm just there.
Oh, and then he made like some other like analysis, cool. Like, I forget what it was, like Superman's. No, oh man, I wish I recorded it. It was like one of the superheroes' last names was blah blah blah, and his mom's last name was like the same. So he was like, yo, like the Hulk, I think it was. It's like my dad. No, his name is Bruce Banner, right? The Hulk.
Yes.
So I think his mom's last name was like Banner or something.
Okay.
And he was like, the Hulk is like my uncle. So he's like, he always like felt like real into that whole comic book thing.
Well, what's it called too? What's his face? David Banner. He took that name
David Banner.
from
Oh no, David Banner the rapper.
David Banner the rapper took that name from the Incredible Hulk too, because on the show, the 1960 show with like Lou Ferrigno as Hulk and with Bill Bixby as Banner, for some reason they changed the name from Bruce Banner to David Banner, because I believe they thought back then that the name Bruce was meant that you were gay or something like that, so they changed it to David Banner. So it was weird.
It is weird.
Yeah, and unlike on the funeral thing, headstone. The headstone, it was like David Bruce Banner, so they kind of kept it, but it's like no, his name is Bruce Banner, but the thing yeah, so they put David Banner, so that's why he goes by that name, unless that's his real name, which is weird. But
they were asking him, they're like, oh, is Rev Run ever going to be in your comic? And he was like, no. He's like, this is like the question that everybody asked me, like, why am I never at Run's house on the show or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, the comic is if I never got into music. He's like, that I actually went to John Jay and I'm a professor, and that you know, whatever. He's like, so I never run into Joe. He calls him Joey, that's his name, Rev Run.
Right.
And they're like, but I will run into Jam Master Jay.
Oh.
He's like, but it's more of like a tribute thing. But it was like one of those, like, you got to read the comic to find out why.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was like, I almost want to read it.
That's cool. That's nice.
But it's cool. They said they like got like graffiti artists and stuff like that to like do some of the art, and they tried to keep it like still very comic-y but very hip hop.
Yeah.
And I guess like they're creating villains and stuff like that.
Right.
I guess that's the art of a good comic book.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds interesting.
I was just at the forum for like nerds who liked hip hop.
Okay.
I sat there. I was there for my own dating purposes. I was like, how many of you fellas are single?
You should have went to the
I know.
Dang. speed dating.
Yeah, I know, but I wouldn't even know what to say. Like, oh, what are you doing here? I'd be like, I don't know. It's my first Comic Con.
Yeah, people would have liked that.
I'd be like, you're a girl and you like comics? I'm like, no.
That's true too. Yeah, that's probably wrong.
It's like, well, how do you feel about blah, blah, blah? And
Right.
I saw Seth MacFarlane was here with his toys. Or
No,
not Seth MacFarlane.
Todd.
Todd, whatever.
Todd McFarlane. Seth MacFarlane is Family Guy.
Yeah, he said something funny the other day, too. I forget what it was. That's more my speed, Family Guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, do you watch Bob's Burgers?
Hey, there was Bob's Burgers cosplay. There's everything cosplay. So
I know. I really want to
You're
be
fine.
Luis for Halloween
you should
with the ears.
you should do real speed dating.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what you should do.
I don't have the personality
Damn it.
for real speed dating.
It's 3 minutes per date. What do you mean?
I don't have that attention span.
Okay.
Like, so, what do you like to do? What do you say?
You can say whatever.
I like to watch SVU and, yeah.
No.
Next.
I don't know.
I take mad long pause.
No. Well, you're only doing it by yourself. I'm sure the other person will try to
Right.
help you in that regard. You know, but I don't know. I think it'd be interesting. Speed dating.
I think it's expensive, isn't it?
It could be, but it's only a one-time thing. It's not like you're doing it over and over again.
Yeah, but no one ever says like, "Oh, we met at speed dating. This is our love child." Said by no one.
No one that you know. You mean to tell me that there's never been a successful speed dating thing?
I don't know. I'd like to put a survey out there and find out if it's actually a possibility that anyone's ever met through speed dating. Because I don't know anybody. I'm surprised I know people who met off of POF and have successful relationships.
I don't know. I mean, one out of every 5 couples met online. So I don't, and speed dating came before. So I don't know why speed dating would be bad, because it ups your chances.
We should make an app that has online speed dating that you do it through.
What, real time?
Yeah.
What, like through Google Hangouts or something?
That'd be fucking awesome.
That'd be weird.
Like, yeah, I'm in my pajamas. This is it. This is what you get. All
Exactly.
day.
Exactly.
There's no sugarcoating this. I didn't put on lipstick for this bitch.
I know. Like, I mean, you don't need to dress in your Sunday's best, but I mean, jeez. No, I don't know.
I would be like this on speed dating. Like, the camera would be like in front of me, and I'd be looking to the right. They're like, what are you looking at? I'd be like, TV's on, so I'm sorry.
You're not keeping my attention. That's so messed up.
I'm like, can I click next?
No.
No.
That's not.
I try to give people like an honest to God chance. Like, some emails I read and I'm like, I'm not going to waste your time because I won't even know how to carry a conversation with you. But.
Because of them or because of you?
Well, if I'm not attracted to them, or like, I hate when people are like overly like, oh my God, I have to get to know you. Yeah, it's creepy. Like, I really want, no, I guess girls don't come at guys like that because you would look like a whore. But like, guys will be like,
So what's the difference if he wants to? How would you genuinely know if a person wants to get to know you as opposed to what you just said?
no, it's like, it's the fucking thirstiness. Hold on.
Yo, we like women, all right? Leave us alone.
Hi, how are you doing, beautiful? Next with your freaking 40-ounce Coors Light.
See, this is really weird. See how close I'm holding the mic? This isn't good. And look at the wave things. They're not supposed to be that big. Something's up. I don't know. Go ahead.
But does it? How about if it's down here?
No, it's fine. 'Cause now I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's fine, but it's not supposed to be that big ever. So
Damn, what happened to this lawyer guy? He just dropped off the face of the earth.
it could be our setup. I don't know. This is how it's gonna be until we get our actual mixer. But
Oh yeah, well, when should we do that?
when I have the money.
Okay. But are we good with this for now?
Yeah. But do you want to record on this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool. I mean, everything's a little rusty in the beginning anyway.
Yeah. No. I guess we can.
I don't think it's gonna sound bad. We could check.
No. It's gonna sound literally just like this. It should.
Oh.
All you need to do is just talk to the mic just like you are right now.
Straight women who kiss or fondle each other in clubs in the hopes of attracting men are, he said, profoundly annoying. You're my guy. Hey, Bayonne. You look like a broke ass Jake Gyllenhaal. A little bit Indian in you.
Oh, so Prince of Persia.
Oh, he's British? Oh, no. Oh, I don't know. Your questions.
It was a joke. Because Jake Gyllenhaal played an Indian.
Look
in,
at this.
Prince of Persia.
Unnecessary.
But you're at 82% though.
Why? Oh my god, do you even want to see this?
Go ahead. Let me see this.
Ew.
He could do damage though. Why does he have a small?
Penis?
No, that is not small.
It's crooked. It's gross.
No, it's why does he have his lower half doesn't match his upper half. That's what I'm trying to say.
Ew. I don't really look.
And why does he have two phones?
What? Maybe it's photoshopped.
No. That's not a nice dick. You don't like that?
Mm-mm.
That could do work. That could do work.
Ew.
What's wrong with it?
What do you mean two phones?
Look at the bottom left of
Oh.
the phone. The bottom left of the screen, I should say.
Ew, like
What's wrong with it? Like,
just everything.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Dude.
It could-
Oh, now I viewed his fucking profile. God damn it.
I don't know. That could do work.
Drugs never, my ass.
And he
Oh, fuck, you just visited me.
that was quick.
Mm.
Oh, it's because he was probably online now. That's why.
Yeah. Oh, man, don't message me. Don't message me. God damn it, you little penis fucker.
Wait, how did you not view his
I don't know.
profile?
I just went into this activity thing.
Yeah, but once you go to it,
I know. I don't
That's
know.
it.
I don't know.
especially if you look at his pictures, yeah. So it's like, yeah, I know the activity thing.
Are you married? No, separated. Are you open to trying new things? I'm open, but I don't get too crazy. Oh, yeah. A Caribbean guy? You don't look Caribbean. I'm done with these people.
What
Pen-
is your thing?
Penises on my television, on my phone. That is not why I got a smartphone.
Yeah, you saw it in HD too, because your screen.
Ah,
I don't know.
HD penis.
That could have done work. I don't know why you were like so like horrified by it.
Because I don't look at penises and I'm not like, oh, damn, can't wait to get that. Like, I'm like a whack person because I'm like,
You're not. No girl looks like looking at dicks. That's a
I
fact.
mean, like, kind of like girls do get together sometimes and we're like, damn, damn, damn. But, like, I think that, like, I don't look at penis and think sex. Like, I have to, like, really, like, adore you to, like,
No, I know.
Wanna see your
I've
penis.
learned that women don't like, seeing penises out of context.
dude, dick pics, get them. When I get them,
Yeah.
delete.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not like, yeah.
I sent a picture. I don't even know how it came up. I sent like a picture to my ex once. It was like I was just like in a bathing suit
Mm-hmm.
and like it was just like top half.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, "Oh, you're so modest." And then he sends me back a dick pic. We didn't get a dick pic the whole time we dated. Why do I get one now? I don't want one now.
Why did you send
Oh,
him?
he sent me a message.
Why did you send
I don't know. Because I was flirting and being a douchebag.
There you go. But
Oh, he
that's the thing.
Can I block him?
You sent. Why would you need to block him? You sent something to be provocative, and then you get mad because he's sending you something provocative. That
No,
makes
I sent
no
it to
sense.
be cute.
Well, he sent his dick to be cute too. Just like, yo, remember this? You know. So it's like, I don't understand. I really don't understand.
I don't understand either. I didn't make the rules.
I don't know.
I just make them up as I go along.
Mm.
Page 1. New rule. No dick pics after 2 a.m.
It's like the best time you know. I don't understand.
Hey, girl.
Yeah. When you get the you up text, that's when it's on.
Message.
Yeah. When you get the you up text, that's awesome. Cause that's when the sauce begins.
It like took me like a few minutes. I saw like a meme like that once. It said when you missed the you up text, and I was like, I don't get it. I was like, maybe because I'm not getting our you up text anymore.
No, that's the best. Cause like that's uncharted waters. That's when like anything can go down.
Yeah, but you know, if you answer that, you know what's going down.
Hopefully you know what's going down. But you don't know.
It could be like, you up? I'm at this bitch's house and I need a ride.
Yeah, that's messed up. That's no. You up could be whatever. I've gotten a few of those, and like, oh, and it got pretty saucy.
Saucy.
But like, you know,
I don't know.
I don't know.
As much as like I like to say that, like I'd be like, yeah, that'd be fun. I'd probably be offended. I don't know. I feel like I've gotten soft in my old age. I'm like, am I up? Why? Why do you want to know? You ain't coming in this bed. What have you done for me lately?
Oh my goodness.
And that's why I'm single.
I don't know. I mean, some people might want attention, affection. That's why.
I've sent a couple you up texts. They've gotten me nowhere.
Yeah.
That's not true. There's a couple of people I think I could send you up text to and something would pop off. I mean, besides Psycho, but I mean.
Right.
But then it's like, for what? And then like they like think it's like a pattern. Like, remember last time? It was that time. That one time. That's it. You had me at a moment of weakness.
Why does it have to be a moment of weakness, though?
I don't know.
You need to own that.
Because, yeah, I think I did at one point, but like, since I'm still kind of like not fresh out of a relationship. Goddamn, it's been a year. But like, since I'm out of a relationship, I haven't reprogrammed my brain yet for like dating mode.
Right.
And especially since I was like out of a relationship during the summer, like, even though like it was time to like go out and wild, I was like the only person who was single.
Right.
So it's like, I'm going out with my boyfriend this weekend. I'm like, I'm going to the movies by myself. And at 36, who goes to the bar? I don't drink.
Right.
So it's just a matter of like, I don't know, I gotta find a better method.
Mm-hmm.
And no, there was no time to transition, because by the time I felt like I was over the relationship, I got like busy with other things, and then, you know, I guess I have like this intense guilt of like, somebody else is in my bed and they're not supposed to be. I don't know, but I have to get over that. Back in the day, I didn't care. I'd be like, hey, boo.
Right.
Now I'm more like
reserved.
Yeah, it's sad. Sad business.
Mm.
Back in the day, I'd be like, at the club, my friend would be like, you want to take him home? I'm like, fuck it. That was bad business. Weirdos. Don't go to Bourbon Street in West Nyack and bring home straight Haitians. Or do, whatever.
To each their own. I guess.
Mm-mm. I want to go to like a poetry reading and like meet some stranger.
Mm. That's another thing too about, I guess, trying to find somebody. We usually don't go to the right places
Right.
until like, not that it's too late, but we always go to the right place last.
That's like saying the thing that you lost is in the last place that you look.
Yeah, no,
But
but
it's like an obvious, you know.
no, but we completely bypass that because, I mean, for somebody that you probably would like, not to say that when you search for this person that will be quote unquote the one, but to go and search in the right pool of people, you would probably find that person at a poetry reading or slam poetry, stuff like that, because that person will have a lot of the attributes that you want in a person. But you won't go to that. You'll go everywhere else. Just like, let's say, if maybe I wanted to get with somebody, my best pool would probably be to go to a convention of sorts, because at least I would know those girls would be into maybe half of what I'm into. Not that they need to be in anything that I'm into, but at least they'll be in that mentality.
Semi-important. Like, I don't know. Like, the only thing that me and my ex were both into was like specific TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like not enough.
Right.
Like, you can show interest in the things, but like, I mean, in theory, I wanted to put on like a football jersey and go to the bar with him, but for whatever reason, I just never did. Like, I feel like he didn't encourage it enough. So like, I felt like he didn't want it bad enough, and that I would have been like, whatever. And by the time football season came along, like,
Well, I think maybe he didn't want to force you. Like, he knows you're not into it, so what's the point?
I know, but I would have wanted to be into it. Like, I don't know. I think I didn't
Or be
force
supportive.
Yeah, I don't think I forced myself enough.
That's true.
I should have, but at this point, you know, woulda, coulda, shoulda.
That's always the case. I don't know.
I probably should refrain from beatboxing on the mic.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just depends. Cause like, I don't know, a girl that I would probably be interested in. I don't know. Let's say if I did go to a convention and stuff like that, that doesn't automatically mean that this person is going to be right for me just because they're into what I'm into. Like, that's the, I don't know. I guess that's what I'm trying to say too. It's just the luck of the draw, to tell you the truth. I don't know.
I say bring back arranged marriages.
They bring back. They never stopped.
I'm apparently not the right religion.
I don't know. It's interesting. There's no set way. I have like 11 or 12 friends that are married, and I look at their relationships, and some of them, they're into the same thing. Some of them, they're complete opposites, but they will share a common interest, not for the sake of the marriage, and not to say it like that's a bad thing, but like, just like you said, like, it's supportive,
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I have a friend who loves soccer, and his wife, I don't think does like soccer, but she'll go to the soccer games sometimes.
I mean, yeah, I think it's good to be supportive. I mean, oh shit, the Love Boat singles cruises. So yeah, I think it's important to be supportive. I mean, but I also think that it's good for each person to have their own thing.
Yeah.
And to do that, because then when you kind of like regroup, you're like, hi, how was your thing?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if I do everything with you, then we have nothing to talk about because I already know what happened.
That's true.
So I don't know, but I guess there has to be a balance. Like, maybe not go every Sunday to watch football, but
Yeah.
January.
And I'm not saying that you need to have like mystery in the relationship, but like it would be nice to hear about your significant other's day, just like you said. Like,
Yeah.
oh, babe, yeah. Like, you know, he comes in, oh man, that was such a great game. Oh, really? Why? What happened?
Right.
You know, like that's nice that he or she wants to share that information with you, and you know, and you should take it like, oh wow, you know, I'm not necessarily into it, but he wants me to know. He wants me to care and stuff. So like that's cool. So yeah, tell me what happened. You know, whatever. Yeah.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah. Right.
Damn, singles cruises are expensive. Can leave from sunny Fort Lauderdale on January 16th and embark on January 24th. Embark on some cruise. Caribbean singles cruise from Fort Lauderdale. I don't know. I'm just thinking of other fun ways to. So basically, from 9 to 5, you go to the southern tip of some island I can't pronounce on the outer part of the Bahamas, and then Wednesday you go to St. Thomas. Thursday you go to St. Martin. Couple days at sea, and then back to Fort Lauderdale. Cocktail parties, meals, everything includes non-alcoholic and carbonated beverages. Vegas style shows, dancing nightly, live music, spa. I don't know, sounds good.
Yeah, I mean, it does. I guess we could
But
talk
it's-
about that on the show.
I feel like if
Like-
you're on a boat, like, I don't know, like, okay, so you're on a boat, right? Let's say there's 500 people.
Okay.
All right, and I don't know if they like evenly book men and women, but whatever. So like, let's say day one of the excursion, you're like, oh, this is Jeff, whatever. I like Jeff, and you go meet Judy. These are really bad names. And like, you're like, I'm not really feeling Judy. Like, but then like the next night, Judy sees you with Kim. Like what? Like, I mean, you're on a boat. You can't escape.
I know, but you can't go in with the exception that whatever first person you meet, that's it.
Right.
But I do understand that. Yeah, I would feel some type of way too. Just like, oh shit, you know, like.
But like she was talking to me before.
Yeah.
You know, now she's over here hugged up on this dude.
Yeah. That's how I feel about clubs. I've actually written that on myself. Like I've written an article about that, about the pressures of walking up to a woman in the club or bar, whatever. Because let's say, you know, you want to, you know, engage in that person, and that person shoots you down, and you go to another one. Not to say that that original person's like, oh, now you're talking to that person, but like, how about if some of the women are eyeing you, not because they like you, but because they see what you're doing? Like, how can, if I finally get to somebody and they're like, yo, I just saw you speak to like 3 other chicks, so whatever you're about to say to me right now, I know is bullshit because you're just trying to whatever, even though I could be genuine, you know? So it's like, how do you break that dynamic? I don't know. I feel it's a setup, or it could be overthinking.
You have to like go into those situations like kind of like knowing that for more or less it's like a meat market, like, or it's kind of like when you, I don't know, like I've only met one person at a bar and had like a semi-serious relationship with them, you know, and he kind of came up to me and started dancing with me, and like I didn't see what he did before or after. Like he was pretty much with me the rest of the night, so there was no whatever. But yeah, I've been to like places like, you know, Bourbon Street and stuff, like, which are really small, and you know, you see, first of all, you see the same guys there every week,
right?
And every week they're like blah, 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 blah. And you're like, yo, just whatever you have to say, I don't want to hear it because I've already seen you kick game to these girls. All the girls here know who you are, you know, and there's got to be a reason for that.
Right.
So, but that's why I really don't like that scene at all. Like, I like to go and dance with my friends. And yeah, I guess like to some perspective, like the psychology of like going out and like having somebody like interested in you kind of feeds your ego and makes you feel like I still got it.
Right.
But like, you know, after that, like I wouldn't say like I met this guy at the bar and he was just so great. Like, cause I don't go to the bar, so like I really don't have any business there. And if you're gonna be the guy who's at the bar every night, that clearly didn't work out for me. You know, like I think my ex had said to me, he's like, "Oh, well, you were hanging out in the bar all the time with your friends." And I was like, "Yeah, but I was just going there to be social, like with my friends. I wasn't like tossing back shots at the bar. Like I don't have a bar that I frequent. You know, I was just going as like a +1."
Right.
But I guess like if that was the aspect about me you liked, then sorry, I lied on the resume.
Yeah. I don't know.
Go Mets.
Oh, that's right. They're playing. Right, are they? Yeah, they're playing tonight. Are they?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, what's the name? Today's Thursday?
I think they lost 2 games already.
They did.
Damn.
They're at home for this next game. If it's tonight or tomorrow, I don't know.
5 best single cruises.
Yeah, we could talk about that on the show.
Would you go? Would you ever like go on one?
A singles cruise?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
84% loved it. Like, what about the other percentage? Like the other 16%. What did they say?
I don't know if I'd go to on a singles cruise. I feel that's too much pressure.
Why?
Because I guess it depends on the individual. Because for one, I would feel like, yo, there's like 500 people on this damn ship, and you mean to tell me I spent 7 days here and I couldn't find anybody?
Yeah, but that's like the same thing of just being, I don't know.
There's that, and like, I don't know. Then again, I guess the people who go on there, they really want to find somebody, because you're not just going to have just anybody on there.
Right.
Since it costs money and you probably need to take days off of work. So it's serious. You know, you're using your vacation time to go on a singles cruise. Well, then again, I don't know how long it is because you were reading it.
No, it's like, I believe it's at 7 days.
Yeah, so a singles cruise is like the equivalent of eHarmony.
Not price-wise.
Not price-wise, but seriousness. eHarmony is there for
I don't
you to...
think so, because I know a girl who went on a singles cruise, but she did like the singles. First of all, like...
Yeah, but a singles cruise is not like freaking one of those like all-white parties. You know what I'm saying? Wear all white parties and, you know, for New Year's. There's not one of those. You're not gonna... Well, I don't know if... You're not gonna see those people on there. $20, all white party. You know, it's like...
Right. I mean, but I think they have events. I don't know. But the thing about these single cruises, which would be a bad look anyway, is that, like, okay, so they're leaving from, like, Florida.
Okay.
So, like, you're already coming from New York area to go to Florida.
Okay.
Like, so there may be people, I don't know. I have a friend who thinks that... Damn, speed dating in New York. Oh, my God. I have a friend that thinks that, like, people down south like appreciate men and women from up north more than the people up north appreciate them.
Okay. Why is that?
His like theory is that like he always says like, oh, move to Florida, you'll get married like in a month. Because like, you know, to people down south, you're like smart, you're educated, you're city slicker, whatever, and that like whatever. That's the one who wrote the book. So
That makes sense.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Speed dating, but like, that's the thing. Like, you're gonna be far anyway. So it's like, what if you meet some guy and he came from like South Carolina?
Oh.
Like, I'm not moving.
Right. That's true too. Yeah.
Like, it's
It's a setup from the start.
So I feel like maybe it's just like a hookup cruise, and I don't want to really go on that anyway.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say regardless. You can do whatever you want, but I will find it very hard to not hook up with 500 singles and you're there for 7 days.
Drinking and
If I mean,
whatever.
like I said, you guys can do whatever you want, but like, yo, if you don't get some ass or whatever with 500 singles in 7 days, damn, just get your cats now.
Damn, there is a speed dating on Halloween.
I can see that.
300 singles. $25. It's in New York though.
Damn, how are they gonna do that? That's gonna be freaking long as hell.
Yeah, I don't know.
300 singles.
But I don't know if it's actually speed dating or it's a meetup party.
Probably a
No,
meetup party.
yeah, it's a Halloween, and these are just events for singles.
Mm.
So it's a Halloween and World Series viewing party.
It's funny.
Single professionals ages 30 and 40 in Morristown, $35.
That's not bad.
20s and 30s, I can't go to that one.
You're in your 30s.
Yeah, but I'm pushing the mark, and I don't want to date a 28-year-old again.
Mm.
It was a bad time. 28 is a bad age for guys, I think. But
Okay.
Sylvia from Hoboken says that she met the love of her life at a speed dating event.
There you go.
Whatever. I'm gonna save the site though. I think we're good. My ears are on fire.
All right then.
And cut.